Hello, everybody. It's
Those
going to
are
tell you I
ominous sounds.
started.
What was that?
It's going to tell you I started this broadcast an hour early because I set the broadcast for 7 because somebody was used to hearing this times in Eastern time and not in her time zone. It's fine. It's all fine. We're all fine.
Are we early?
Who am I? No, it's
no,
supposed
we're
to
on
be
time. We're good.
We're on
okay.
time. I've just been setting up broadcasts for 7 because that's my usual rehearsal time. So
Yep.
some of us set the broadcast up wrong. That's okay. It's fine. We're all good. We're all fine here. How are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Doing great. Mowed my lawn for the first time in 2 weeks.
Oh,
It was
I have the top duplex.
It was like knee high to me.
Oh my god! In 2
Okay,
weeks?
so
It took
to
me
be fair,
2
you're
hours.
short. To be
Yeah,
fair,
remember,
you're
I'm
short.
5'2". It was knee high. It was really high.
Fair.
To be
It took
fair,
me 2
you're short.
hours. Yeah,
But
it's not fun.
yeah, the
Hence the
person
drink.
downstairs does the lawn work because I live in a duplex, so I don't have to. So
Oh, hell
I have
yeah.
no control over how long my lawn is.
It's bad.
Yeah, I pass off the lawn mowing to whoever I'm living with at the time. Like if we have roommates, it's them. Right now, it's my husband. I'm like, oh, that's your job. You do the outside stuff. I do the inside stuff.
I'm pregnant. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, I did it before I was pregnant too. I'd be like,
Hey,
oh no, I
that
couldn't
used to
possibly use that scary machine. My feminism like disappears for a second. I'm like, oh, so many buttons.
Thank God I have a man. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, if only there was a big strapping man. He's not at home today, so I can call.
I do declare.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Oh, do you want to like watch me mow the lawn?" I'll be like, "No."
Good.
I assure you, no. I want to be inside.
Oh
I mean,
my
to
God,
be entirely fair, when I lived with my ex, we had somebody who did our lawn, which was cool and all that for a while, and then he decided to buy a lawnmower when we got our first stimulus check. So for a couple months last year, it was always he'd mow the lawn, and he'd never asked me if I wanted to learn because I don't think I was allowed to touch his baby, which was our new lawnmower.
That's how my dad is. Like that's his thing. Like he
Wootsy.
gets on the lawnmower with the headphones and like doesn't want to talk to another human for about 3 hours, and he's really happy because we live on a 7-acre farm, so it takes him like 3 hours to mow.
Oh wow.
That makes sense.
Like he's so happy, he doesn't want to talk to another human.
Hey, that works.
So I'm
Does
like,
he have like
"Okay."
a sit down one because
Yeah.
the property's so big?
Yeah, he's got a
Yeah.
sit down one.
My parents got one of those 0-turn ones that's like not a it's like, yeah, one of those things. And now you'll see somebody mowing and they're just like in the zone. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
I need one.
We
I'm just gonna strap some razors to a Roomba and let it go wild.
they make lawn Roombas. Did you know that they make lawnmower Roombas? And
They do?
Yeah. I was
Oh
reading a story where somebody had a Kelpie, an Australian herding dog, and their dog decided that it was like Sheepbot 3000.
Lawn mower.
And as somebody who used to have a Sheltie, yeah, that's the kind of thing a herding dog would decide.
Yeah. They're so smart, but also so silly. Oh yeah, no, they do. They do have them.
I want one. I don't need one, but I want one.
Well, for
Oh
the
my
cool
God.
price of $990, one
Never
could be
mind.
yours.
Never mind.
I'd
Yeah.
rather
There you
strap
go.
razors to a Roomba.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's like $600 plus the cost of razors.
My sister.
You need something longer than a blade. You need like a machete, like 2 machetes
about a
that like
goat?
just spin around.
A goat.
Yeah, I could just
A
get
goat would
goat.
work.
Yeah,
You should do a goat.
That's good.
Absolutely.
I'd go.
This guy right here thinks he's a goat and tries to eat the lawn. And I'm like, Boots, you are not a cow. Please stop grazing in the lawn. You throw up when you do that. And he's like,
Ugh.
I can't hear you. I'm going to graze.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Not about
Zira
that.
does the exact same thing. She eats grass and then within 10 minutes has puked it up. And I'm like,
Yep.
And then after about 10 minutes, she forgets that she's thrown up and she eats some more. Her at my
Yeah.
sister's house is just ridiculous.
See, Boots usually, unless he
And she
does,
never, it's like,
unless he eats a lot, he doesn't throw up because this dog has a cast iron stomach. But I'm always like, you're gonna eat the wrong thing and you're gonna get yourself sick.
Mhm.
With her,
No.
it's always grass. It's always grass. Always. And she throws it up every time. So that's fun for the live stream.
Yeah.
Everybody else's dog pukes.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, go off in the comments if your dog seems to throw up all the time.
Oh, God.
My dog got sick this morning, but that's
hey.
not uncommon because he's
Speaking
an
of-
old boy.
Aw.
speaking of his new bed is adorable, and I love how it just swallows him whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know? Do you want to see him now?
Big
Yeah.
bed,
Yes.
small boy.
Yes,
course we
please.
Oh my god. Hi,
Oh.
Red. I love you. He's such a precious boy.
Spend so much money on beds. And he's
Oh, yeah.
like, I'm gonna live right by you.
Uh-huh.
Well, my
Good
husband's gone right now, so he's like
Aw.
like protecting mama.
I've given up on the concept of trying. Like the only time my dogs sleep in a bed is I put them in a bed at the foot of my bed because that way they have their space. Because otherwise, my dog thinks he needs to sleep like between my knees, and I'm like, I'm gonna need a little more space than that. I'm going to need you to not.
Yeah. We've just recently kicked the dogs out of our bed because we don't want them to like resent the baby when it comes because it's gonna be sleeping like next to our bed. And it is going horribly.
Oh,
Would be like the easiest way to say it. We've set up the whole couch for them. Like they have a blanket that gets draped over. I'm sitting with them right now because they've been very clingy lately. And they're like, no, that's not enough. So they'll come in and wake us up to tuck them in throughout the night. Because they'll get up to go to the bathroom, like they've got a dog door, they'll eat and stuff like that. And then they'll be like, okay, well, I'm cold again. So
Mom,
do your job.
Mom!
yeah. Yeah, it's very annoying.
My dogs
You
are
are so
currently
annoying.
sleeping in like 5 yards of fleece I bought as like a project to work on stuff. It is like clearance. I think it is actually from when Rogue One was released, but it's X-Wings and Rebel Starbirds I bought to do a project with
Oh.
and then left on the couch, so it became the dog's blanket now. So I'm going to have to wash that and reclaim that eventually.
Zero's
Well,
on the
thank
back
you everyone
porch
for
because-
tuning in to Followers of the Dogs.
Hey,
This is what we talk about Star Wars and our pets.
oh, she's living her best life.
She loved. I don't know what's
Where's
going to happen when it starts to get really hot and I have to shut the door because she's just going to hate me. She's just going to keep. Well, she can do what she normally does. She's just going to sleep up against the sliding glass door until I let her out. So
Oh,
she loves it out there, and I don't have the heart to tell her when it's 85 degrees. I'm not leaving the door open. So
My dogs are weird and they like it when it's hot outside. I think it's because they're like short-haired dogs because they're wiener dog Chihuahua mixes. So somewhere between being short-haired dogs and the fact that, you know, they're Chihuahuas, it's hot in Mexico. Yeah, apparently my dogs think that the proper temperature is like 85 and them baking themselves on the sidewalk. I'm like, it is hot outside. And they're like, no, this is great. I'm like, oh my God.
To each their own.
yeah.
You know what Star Wars needs more of? Dogs.
It does
Yeah.
need more dogs.
There are not enough dogs that aren't trying to kill the characters. So I feel like half of them we've
Let's
seen,
just
they're
say,
trying to
are
like,
there-
eat them.
That's
Are
what I
there
like
like
about
dogs?
Light of the Jedi. There's a hound
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
they
can't remember.
adopt.
I can't remember. Ember. Yeah, that's her name. I had to think about it. Ember
What
is the
is-
bestest girl. We love Ember.
Yeah.
And then Embo has his dog. That's the only other one. And then there's the Anubis from the Citadel. Those things are scary.
Oh yeah.
Look at
Were
that
there
big ass.
dog-like things in Solo?
Were
Like in
there?
the chase
Yeah.
scene?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
were there
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was
dog
like-
things?
Were they like the Mastiffs, like the Tuscans Mastiffs? I can't remember that. It's been a while since I've watched Solo.
Yeah, it has for me as well.
Yeah, there's like
I wanna
white
say,
or
like-
something.
Yeah.
Well,
There
I don't know if
was,
they had a name.
I don't
No,
know.
I
My
need
friends
more
and
I
I
guess
dogs.
we
always
More
figured-
dogs.
Oh,
I
Carillion
guess they
Hounds.
figured like Coolian Hounds. Okay,
Ugly.
I guess they figured
Pokemon.
Chewie was. So-
Why do I get close like I'm gonna see it better? I'm so sorry.
Ah, there we go.
Oh,
There
oh,
you go.
fuck.
Oh, there.
That's
Okay.
like a-
Yeah.
Oh, no, we need cute dogs. Like,
Yeah,
let
is
me,
it
let me
cute? No,
rephrase this.
but
I
is
want
it a
cute
dog?
dogs. I want
Like
cute dogs
cute
in
dogs.
Star Wars. I guess the Mastiffs are about as close as we can get for Mando. Like, those are kind of cute, but they're a little freaky
Mhm.
still.
Mm.
Like, I don't like.
trying to find this
I don't
meme
know.
somebody sent me that was
I guess
funny.
loaf cat. We got loaf cats. Why do they make the cats cute? Why do dogs have to be so ugly?
Cat
Let's go
superiority.
Star Wars. Get it together.
I
I
mean,
need Hondo with a parrot.
Oh my god.
He doesn't have one?
One
No,
of
look
the
at that
pirates.
fucking- look at that fucking monkey lizard. I hate those things.
Mm.
So
Oh, yeah. Those things are unsettling.
Okay, the monkey
Wait,
lizards,
now, do they-
although
Do they have
When-
like an in-universe name, or do they just monkey lizards in?
I think they're
within
like
Star
Kowakian monkey lizards. I have to do
Okay.
some research. Yeah.
You can buy one of those at Galaxy's Edge, yeah?
for the record, nobody knows what kind of
Oh.
dog Cerberus was. So
He's a dachshund. Yes. Honda, yes, Rachel, I agree. Honda needs a space parrot. I would be very much about this.
yeah, that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the Bad Batch. Okay, here's my prediction for the Bad Batch since I wasn't here last night. They're going to come to the realization that having a kid is too much and they're going to go adopt a dog instead.
I feel like that's what
I'm here for
They're
it.
gonna
every
trade
time-
it in.
They're like, see ya, Omega. Like, we're
Yeah.
done.
I
We're
feel
done.
like
We're going to
we've
go adopt a
seen
dog.
Man-
This is too much.
We see Mando make that realization once an episode. He's like, you know what? I
He
should
said
have
I
just,
already have enough pets.
I should have just adopted a dog.
So much easier.
Yeah.
Are they going to move to
Ooh.
a house plant if that doesn't work out?
Huh? I
Just
like what
working their way down a really tiny fish at one point as well.
I like what Rachel says. Hondo needs to meet Mirai. I feel like Mirai would like troll Hondo super hard.
Mirai would poop on Hondo's shoulder.
She really would.
Yeah, and I
would be so
respect her
proud.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wasn't on last night. I have no Bad Batch guesses or like hypotheticals. I know basically nothing about it. Even though
Yeah.
so many people on this podcast are, like love it and are so excited about it, I'm coming in pretty much completely blind. And I'm very excited because that tends to be when I enjoy Star Wars the most because I don't get like caught up in my own theories or what I want to see. I just get to enjoy like what is happening on the screen. So I am so excited.
I'm just gonna watch the Clone Wars episode that introduces them and hope it makes sense out of order because I'm at that point where I can't catch up in time at this point. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
you
gonna-
can
I'm gonna
watch
watch
the
the
you can
four.
watch the three and get a pretty good idea. So
Yeah.
of who
Is
they
it
are
three or
and
there
what they're
four?
doing.
Therefore.
There's
I'm going to check Disney Plus.
oh yeah, Emily's got it right. There's 4.
Isn't it on your shirt?
I've got their names, not the episodes.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought you were saying
Like
how
what
many
what
Bad
kind of
Batch
cheat sheet do
characters
you
there
think
were.
I'm
Like,
wearing right now?
so
Like,
you
hold
guys,
on, what's my name?
I had the shirt that they were posting a couple weeks ago that was like a poster design for Rogue One that became a shirt. And I had to
Yeah.
track down this shirt because if there's a Rogue One shirt, I must own it.
Mm-hmm.
And then also my Creature Cartel Death Star plant necklace came today. So I'm wearing that on top just as the
you know your
icing
mask.
on this
I love
outfit. With, you know,
Right.
Jin and Cassian behind me. It's fine. It's great. We're all happy in this household.
Hey, we all have our thing. Some
Yeah,
some
I'm
of us like to
wearing-
suffer more than others.
I'm wearing my pew 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 shirt for like the 9th stream in a row. I just
Yeah.
want people to assume
Yeah,
this is all I own.
That's all we ever wear.
I'm feeling that way about the Baby Yoda shirt. I feel like this is like the 10th one, and we've only done about 15 of these. So I'm just tired of it.
I was like,
I
this
just
shirt's
felt
go for it.
I was gonna say I felt like I set expectations too high last time because I was taping an audition video before I came on, so I like had my hair and makeup all done, and today I'm just like, yeah, hi guys, I look like a fluffy-haired anime character.
Of which there are many.
There are.
I'm wearing a Pokemon shirt because I spent all day categorizing my Pokemon cards.
Nice.
I respect
I
that.
love the idea of you coordinating your shirt to like what your activity is gonna be.
Well, because I read an article last night about how they're going for so much, and I'm like, I have some Pokemon cards, but there are so many different like things. Like just because your card looks like that doesn't mean it's worth $2,000.
Yeah.
So I spent like all day researching how to tell the different cards, and then I made a spreadsheet categorizing mine.
Yeah.
Doing like inventory, and now I'm like, well, I'm pretty close to having some of the complete sets, so maybe I could just buy some.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're like, oh, I can just get a few.
I have
Yeah.
one of my coworkers. She
I thought you were
collects
putting it together
Pokemon
so you could
cards.
sell them.
Well, that was the initial plan, but now I'm like, I
You
could
got
just
too much enjoyment.
Yeah.
You gotta
Hey,
catch them all
I'm
now.
gonna buy more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. What were you saying, Hannah?
I just said you gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I meant about your coworker.
Oh no, she collects and buys like $300, $400, or $500 Pokemon cards. So
Yep.
yeah. So when I saw that, I'm like, I have to tell my friend.
Yep. I have some that could go.
It's a
I
lot.
think, for some. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, could I pay off my student loans? Maybe.
Probably with some of them.
I mean, worth it. Unless you really love the Pokemon cards. Then
I
it's
mean,
like-
I love them all. I've had them
Yeah.
since I was a little kid. They're in this little
Oh.
binder.
I love that so much.
Oh,
That's so cute.
Yeah, this is like my childhood.
Yeah.
And like
My-
you can tell
Holy
what I
shit.
paid for them when I was a kid. Like I paid like $2 for this one.
Yeah. Did you write down the price for each one?
No, I bought them at a shop.
Yep.
They have covers over them, and so they
Oh,
just
they were
put
just
the-
leaves.
Yeah, and some of them I
Yeah.
bought at like yard sales and things like that. So
Yeah. Aw. My sister and I used to collect Pokemon cards. I don't know what happened to them. Probably just like gone in a garage sale or something. But,
I collected American Girl cards.
I didn't know they had cards.
Yeah, they
Me
have
either.
those.
Either. Which is
I just
crazy because
got-
I was big into American Girl as
Yeah,
a kid.
same.
For cards.
Of
Amy, who
There
does
it
the
is.
365 Star Wars women, sent me a Jyn Erso
Oh.
card.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I love it. And so it's now framed in a tiny, tiny card frame. So it can go
Yeah.
on my wall
Cute.
eventually.
Adorable.
So
Yeah.
cute.
Um,
I just collect large pieces of armor that don't fit me.
Oh no.
if you
does it
weren't
fit
5'2",
No, it's fucking hilarious. Like it's so funny. It's so funny because I knew that it was going to come that way.
Mhm.
So I have to actually do the work of trimming it down to my size. But I'm not 6 foot tall and 200 pounds, so it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's so funny. Like the knee, it's like supposed to go from. This is my leg. I'm so sorry. Obviously, I'm wearing shorts. I swear to God, everything's just all black.
whatever,
Like,
Jeffrey Tubin.
like we've got like ankle to knee, and like the knee extends like halfway at my thigh because I'm like I'm not that tall. I'm like I'm gonna need a nap,
Aw.
a drink, and a sharp, pointy object to trim things
Yeah.
down.
Oh.
It's
I
so
mean,
funny though.
I managed to do I crafted my baton for my cosplay shoot. And I literally had to text Missy. I'm like, just so you know, I'm using sharp objects. Please stay sober in case I need a ride to the ER. And so I got a message 2 hours later that just said, so I took a nap. How many fingers do you have? I'm like, last time I checked, I think I still got 10.
They're still all
Oh.
there.
I think they're still
Yeah.
there. Look, it's fine. It's all good here. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my friends was talking to me about it. She's like, yeah, I nearly sliced my fingers off, so just be careful.
No.
I'm like, oh, good. Thank you. You're making this so much better. Literal blood, sweat, and tears are going to go into this. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Oh, yeah.
So
When I
much.
was
This like
Go ahead.
green board behind me is for my Halloween yard display, which I'm just starting to work on, and I have to use like a Stanley knife to cut it down. And
Mhm.
I am terrified. I hate cutting things. I might be like, Justin, can you do it for me? Because he has no fear when it comes to stabbing himself in the leg or something. But I'm like, I'll cut my whole leg off somehow with like a 1-inch Stanley knife. Yeah. Ugh.
Hi, David, if you're
Hi,
speaking
David.
to us from the great beyond. I
From the
think.
great beyond.
The
from
great
afar.
beyond.
Oh my God, I love
Yeah.
it. So good.
I managed to, right after I got my new Cricut for my birthday, I took it to my house. And then next time I went to my mother's, she wanted me to make her something. So I was using hers and I had to go to replace the blade. And so I'm trying to open the blade and I can't open the blade. So I get an X-Acto knife to open the blade and stab myself in the hand with the X-Acto knife. And I'm
No.
just like,
Oh,
I got the blade in the Cricut without hurting myself. And I hurt myself opening the package.
When I was 16, I wanted a slingshot more than anything because I think I was going through some like Walking Dead phase where I was like, this is gonna come in handy one day. Me being able to hunt with a slingshot in the suburban California wilderness. And my mom was like, I'm not gonna get you one, like you'll definitely hurt
You'll
yourself.
shoot your eye out.
Yeah, basically. And I was like, no, it'll be fine. And I got an
Oh, no.
Amazon gift card for a birthday or something. And so I bought a slingshot and like a thing of metal BBs, and I get it, and it's in one of those clamshell packages. And I absolutely sliced my hand open just trying to open the packet. Like I had to take the L on that one. I was like, okay, fine. You're right. I did
That
hurt
was
myself.
me when I got my first pocket knife. I stabbed myself in the hand with the corkscrew attachment, and
Oh, at least it was the corkscrew and not the
yeah,
not the knife.
Right.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
good morning. My
That's
dog's just
also
woken up.
why, like, I technically know how to shoot a gun because a friend taught me, but like everybody
Technically.
is
Yeah.
scared of the fact that I know how to shoot a gun because I'm like really accident prone. I'm like, look, I'm really safe for that. Like in my cosplay photos, you can tell that it took like 3 or 4 photos in till I'd put my finger on the trigger of the gun, because it doesn't matter that that's just a piece of plastic that I painted myself. Like in my mind, you don't put your finger on the trigger of a gun until you're ready to
Right.
shoot it. So like I'm treating this piece of plastic like it's a real gun.
Hmm.
I used to work in a pawn shop, and we used to have to sell guns and take guns in, and it was always scary because they'd have to hand you the gun when you come in the door, and you'd have to check it to see if it was unloaded, and those were always like scary moments. But in retrospect, though, like once we had them in the store and I knew they were unloaded, like we would have to put them in the display and take them out every day. I got real like casual with them, and we would like, I mean, we wouldn't like point them at each other, but it was just sort of like, oh yeah, this gun, got this gun, got this gun. It was a weird. That whole working in a pawn shop was a very weird experience for me.
What's the weirdest thing that was brought in while you were working there? I'm so fascinated by this.
Oh God! It wasn't once, but people would bring in fake gold, like it was just like metal that was like covered. And what we would have to do is to see if it was real. You'd have to either scratch it on a piece of this rock. I forget what the name of the rock is called. Or you'd pour this acid on it, and if the acid ate up the gold, it was fake. But if it was real, it would just sit there like water. And so we took a certain amount of pleasure in pouring a lot. If we thought it was fake, of pouring a lot on there so we could watch it bubble and smoke. So this guy came in, and he'd running this big thick chain, and I tested it. And I'm like, oh, sorry, dude, this isn't real. He's like, what do you mean it's not real? I paid $300 for that in a parking lot. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you paid $300 for a parking lot. He's like, well, what about this gold brick? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I bought a gold brick from the guy too. I'm like, we definitely test that.
Oh my
God.
It's just bubbled and smoked. I was like,
Oh,
and I just thought,
poor
like,
dude.
you bought a gold brick in a parking lot that you thought was real?
That should have been like
Really?
hint number 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
Poor
it
guy.
wasn't the smartest, sharpest knife in the drawer, but still, a gold brick in a parking lot. No, it's not right.
well, when you say it like that, yeah. But at the moment, if somebody passes you what you think is a gold brick, you might be like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Guess. I don't know. I don't buy a lot of jewelry and stuff in parking lots, so I don't know. I don't buy a lot of jewelry.
Yeah, I mean, Sam.
But people would come in and like they would bring in like coins and things, and trying to think, like we only took stuff we could resell. So now my dad works for one. I actually got him the job because I was in college and he had just moved back down to Florida, and I was like, I'm working in a pawn shop. You should work in the pawn shop. So it's like a chain. So he gets in all sorts of weird stuff because my stepmom collects like weird things. So if he sees something weird that he thinks that he'll like, he'll buy it. So he gets like, for like one year she wanted black Santas, so he would buy like black Santas for some reason. I don't know what her deal was like with that, but so he'll buy like figurines, like anything Gone with the Wind he'll buy because she's big into Gone with the Wind. But I'm trying to think of what was the weirdest thing. We didn't take a lot of weird stuff because we didn't think we could resell it.
Yeah.
So we just had fun We just had fun
Lord.
ruining people's fake jewelry.
Yeah.
So, that's why I don't have a job now where I deal with the public.
Well, and it's
But
very, you have to
they
be
like
on
to
the
mess
lookout
with them.
for stolen items too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was the other thing too, is we'd have to hold it for like 90 days
Mm-hmm.
before we could sell it to and fill out a police report and everything. And the police would come in. They'd come in like once a week and be like, okay, I need to see this, and this, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What sucked was getting it back because because if your TV got stolen, and I don't think this is right, I'm just saying this is what they did. So like if somebody stole your TV and they came to the pawn shop and we gave somebody $100 for it, we would make whoever owned it originally pay the $100 to get it back, which I never thought was right. But that was
Wow.
That sucks.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that
Mm.
sucked.
Mm.
Again,
Yeah,
I was like,
When my husband was in high school, his family got a lot of stuff stolen, and they caught her because he remembered what the truck looked like, because she had been like scoping out the house the week
Mhm.
before, and he's like, there was this truck with like a, some sort of thing on it, and then the police just went and looked at all of the pawn shops and like called them and were able to catch her like immediately. So they got their
Wow.
stuff back,
Wow.
thankfully.
That's
But-
awesome.
wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. She ransacked their house. It was
Oof.
One of my friends got their house robbed a couple years ago, and it was just while they were sleeping. But to add insult to injury, they stole their electronics and everything. And on their way out the back door to leave the house, they spotted her car keys. So they loaded all of her stolen stuff into her car and stole her car. I'm like,
Oh my God.
the audacity of like, oh, I need to carry this stolen TV. Oh, I'm going to put it in somebody's car and steal their car too. It was a bad day.
Mm.
So do you think that they like broke into their house? They didn't have a car. They were just going to take stuff on foot, and then they were like, "Hey, they got a car. Let's take the car." Like,
We
was that the deal?
We don't know, because the thing is, just because she always left her keys she had a basket she left them in by the back door. So people couldn't have known if she was somebody who put her keys upstairs or stuff like that,
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it was,
God, I used
I
to
don't know
have
if they
a
ever
house where
tracked down the person, but they started to track down her stuff as they realized that there was
Yeah.
trackers on some of her iPad and stuff. There's trackers on it.
Right. God, I used to hang my keys by the front door of one of the places I lived. Or somebody want my crappy car anyway, but I used to hang my keys next to it.
I accidentally left my keys on the outside of my apartment door at one point in my old place, and nobody touched them. So
I used to work with a girl who would keep her keys in her car unlocked, like every day, and like when she went into
That
work.
gives me so much anxiety. Like it hurts.
My
Yeah.
partner does that sometimes, and I'm like,
Like
No,
I
you can't.
reflexively like lock everything.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, and I'm
Well,
always
like, I see that in-
afraid of it getting locked in the car somehow.
that is
Right.
okay. I used to be the one who always had to call somebody because I'd lock my keys in the car all the time. It's a terrible bad habit of mine that now I got the car that starts with a fob, so it will not let me lock
Ooh.
my keys in the car. It is the greatest thing that they have ever
That's
done for
good.
me, is remove
Nice.
my ability to lock my keys in the car. But then I had to start
I had a friend who
yes,
locked herself
Missy, I
in
know
her
where my
car.
keys are now. Thank you. I lost my car keys a couple weeks ago and had to get a ride to work and had to call Missy to come take me home from work, so she hasn't let me forget it. I bought a tile. They rain when I touch the phone. It's great.
What are friends for?
yeah, it sounds like a good
I
friend.
let her see my dog out of it, so she got her end of the deal.
What were you gonna say, Jason?
Sorry,
I said
Jason.
I had a friend who locked herself in her own trunk one time.
Oh, shit.
no.
You know
Did
what
she
you do
have
about
one
that?
of
You
those,
punch a
like-
hole in the headlights.
Yeah, or did she have one of the poles that will open the trunk from
Yeah,
inside?
luckily it was one of those cars where you can push the back seat forward and then crawl
Oh, thank
out.
Oh
God.
yeah.
Oh man.
So, but yeah, she was crawling in to get something and she was pushing it back. And I told her later, I'm like, she has a lot of bad stories about things that they're just like, why did you do that? but she was trying to push something towards the back of the trunk. So she climbed in to get it, and when she did, the trunk slammed down on her.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
So yeah, so she had to like push the thing. Like she said, it wasn't easy. It took her a while to actually get it pushed down, but she did push it down, and then had to go out and like.
Oh,
She
man.
also, her parents gave her a new like Jeep, and for some reason I don't know why. And even if I called her right now and asked her, I don't think she could explain it to me the reason why. She offered to let a neighbor downstairs who was just learning how to drive she was going to give them a driving lesson, and they went on the road for like a block, and the woman smashed it into a tree. Brand new Jeep. They hadn't even gotten the insurance on it yet.
No.
And
Oh
so,
no.
so they got it fixed, and they got it back, but they kept calling it Franken Jeep because like they just sort of fixed it. They didn't. Like the steering wheel was stapled, like where the airbags came out, it was stapled back together.
Oh.
I can't laugh too much. I got rear-ended and I'm fighting the insurance company because I was hit by an uninsured driver, and so I'm dealing with all that jazz. So my bumper's been duct taped on for a little bit. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, my old car, the bumper, I had hit a different wallaby to the one that like ruined my car.
Is that
In my
the Australian version of hitting a deer, basically?
they're
Wait.
they're everywhere, and I live on kind of like a back road, so it's just
Well,
they're
wallaby's like
completely
a
everywhere.
kangaroo, right?
It's like a small kangaroo.
Oh my god!
It's like a hip high kangaroo.
Oh.
Megan the kangaroo killer.
Yeah, I know. I feel really bad. And it tore like half my bumper off. But I realized if I just kicked the bumper really hard, it would kick back. It would like click back into place. So I would like pull up somewhere and notice my bumper had started to like hit the ground as I was driving, and I would just kind of like hit it back and just like donkey kick it to go. Yeah, I tried duct tape, but it didn't work, and it made it look extra bad. So I was like, I'll just keep kicking it every once in a while.
My car before this one I got when I first moved to Virginia, and so I got a free car from actually the same friends who I just told two terrible stories about. But they had this
Hope they're not
Subaru.
listening.
Yeah, they're not. So I had the Subaru, and it was so low to the ground that like when I would pull up to the sidewalk, the front would like scrape onto it. And so one day when I was pulling out, it just sort of pulled the bumper up. Like, so I guess something stuck. The bumper just sort of came off. So I did manage to do like Megan was talking about, just kind of kick it back on because it's got like those little pegs. But I bought that, at one point I bought that tape that they show on TV that like it has like a bucket, you put a hole in the bucket, and then they put this tape over it, and the tape is supposed to keep all the water from coming out.
Yes.
Oh,
I bought that.
Oh, I love that
Yeah,
stuff.
I bought that stuff. It didn't do shit. It didn't do anything.
It doesn't?
It
No.
stayed on for like maybe like a couple of days, and then it was right back to where it was. I was like, I was so mad. I was so disappointed because I loved those commercials, and I was like, because if you're in a boat, suppose you saw the boat in half, you use that tape and put it together, it won't sink.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on a 1991 Subaru apparently, so
No.
just a boat.
Oh, I'm
bucket.
so easily fooled by infomercials. Like, I've watched the Magic Bullet infomercial enough times that I just believe it works.
If you believe hard enough, it'll work.
Yeah, well, where my stepdad used to live, he didn't have cable, because it was like he had like a lake house, and he didn't have cable up there because he wasn't up there all the time. But when they turned it off, they didn't turn it all off somehow, and we could get 2 channels in like perfect clarity, and then everything else was just like a static mess. And one of the channels only ever played the Magic Bullet commercial.
Oh my god!
Like any time of day, it would be playing it, and I would just sit and watch it for hours as like a 12-year-old.
Oh my god.
I love that.
Like if I got bored doing like whatever my parents were doing, I would just go up and be like, "Well, I'm gonna watch the Magic Bullet. See you in a few hours."
Rachel in the chat has a question for us about
Yeah.
Bad Batch. Am I the only person?
Okay.
I'm not the only person also rewatching Revenge of the Sith before Bad Batch. I feel like everyone is only watching season 7, 1 through 4, which is the Bad Batch arc, and 9 through 12, which is the Siege of Mandalore. Actually, I've seen a couple of really helpful things. I know Kristen Beaver from StarWars.com put up a list of essential episodes to watch that from the Clone Wars that are go all the way back to I think season 2 or 3.
Mhm.
So I know a lot of people have been doing that, and I know Blast Points put something up as well for Clone Wars, and my Twitter timeline has been full of people full of feels, and I'm like, welcome to my brain 24/7.
I was gonna say,
Oh my God.
there's been a lot of feeling on the timeline, and for once,
Yeah.
it's not all about Rogue One or Rise of Skywalker, which is
Yeah.
usually. So it's like for once, I can walk through Twitter and I'm like, I don't feel
Yeah.
anything. This is great.
But I think Revenge. Okay, so what are your thoughts on Revenge of the Sith? I think that's a really interesting one because that's not like a clone centric, a clone heavy type
Yeah.
of movie. Obviously, you have
Yeah.
like Order 66, which is kind of important.
A little
Um,
bit. Some ramifications.
I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Would that be kind of something you would include like in your Bad Batch rewatch or?
Yeah,
I
I
would
would.
be good for a
I
timeline
would.
at least.
Yeah.
I watch like that's usually the movie that I watch on May the 4th because it was the first
Oh,
one
really?
I saw. Yeah, so I
Ooh.
feel really attached to it. And that Hayden Christensen love never really leaves you once
Never
it
dies.
hits you.
Yeah.
Full voluminous Skywalker hair.
Yeah, just that scene. I mean, this isn't even a scene where he's like particularly handsome or anything, but it's like quite a powerful scene where he is like now Darth Vader and he's like walking down the hallway and he's got
Oh, God.
another great
Yes.
hallway scene, which
I get
Star Wars
chills.
loves.
Chills watching that.
So I'll definitely be watching it. Bad Batch comes out in the evening of May the 4th for me because I'm the day
Mm.
ahead of you guys.
Oh, I forgot
And
about that.
Yeah, so like when it ticks
Oh.
over in the States, it will come on Disney Plus here, but that will be like 8 p.m. my time normally.
Hmm.
So I'll have like a day worth of watching stuff and then I'll hit that. So I'm gonna try and get a few things on.
I like that.
That would be
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Rachel said she watched season 7, 9 through 10, and then Revenge of the Sith, and then 11 and 12, which is like the Shattered and Victory and Death, which happens right after Revenge of the
Great
Sith.
watch
That's
order.
that's really good. I kind of like that. Although I feel
Yeah.
like I just see
Yeah.
a puddle of emotion on the
I
floor
was
by
gonna
the
say, I
end of
feel
it.
like
So
Hannah
much.
could probably
So
not
much.
handle that.
Is
Well, it's
anybody
like
that
it's in
do
the
that?
Discord, like as much as I like scream and yell on this, like I actually sit and watch things really quietly.
Mhm.
Like, because I'm like, I don't want to miss anything, like don't want to do it. Like the first watch through is gonna be like super quiet. I may cry a little bit. I don't know yet. Like I
Mhm.
prefer not to, but it might happen.
Yeah.
And then like I'll rewatch it again that night or something because
I think
Why
the
not?
only time watching something for the first time that I actually had a reaction other than my reactions to the movies in theaters, which I sometimes have, but on television is when they yeeted Baby Yoda into the maw of the creature in The Mandalorian. I'm like, oh
They
my
did make
god, you did
noise.
not just do that to my baby.
not just do that. Yeah, no.
One of my coworkers, they specifically like, because some like if it's slow, we can watch stuff on our tablets at work, and they'll specifically download stuff for her to watch while she's there because she has the best reactions, and it's like so it's fun to make her watch stuff while they're at work. So like I think
what
they
were
made her
your-
watch the WandaVision finale while she was at work just to see what her reaction. They made her watch all of Mandalorian at work.
That'd be a
Damn.
good one to film somebody's reaction.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and, like-
so
Go ahead, Jason.
no, I was just gonna have everybody go around and just say what is their sort of May the 4th movie. We know Megan's, but I was like just curious what everybody. And I'm pretty sure I know what Rachel's is, but
Yeah. All together.
Rachel,
now.
you can kick it off.
Actually, I haven't really had a May the 4th movie for the past couple years. Remember that I spent a couple years recently in grad school, so I didn't have time for anything.
Mm.
okay.
I think one May the 4th, I ended up watching the end of Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith because I was taking my brother to Star Wars Day at the local zoo when he was
Aw.
16.
Oh,
See, he was 16 and I was in my mid 20s. So like it was cool that I had my apartment and lived separate from my parents. So him coming down for the weekend was a big thing for him.
Yeah, that's
So
cute.
that was
Yeah.
that was fun. So we did that because he wanted to
Okay.
be like scary Anakin Skywalker. So we watched Revenge of the Sith before I did his scary eye makeup
Oh.
for the day at the zoo.
Yeah.
Last year, my friends and I were working our way through our Star Wars watches, and we had finished everything. So last year, we decided to watch Empire of Dreams.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh.
And
haven't seen
I
that one.
only cried every time Carrie Fisher spoke.
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, is that the behind the scene one?
Yeah, it's
Kind of
really
like the making
good.
of.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I
Yeah,
have seen
really
that. Sorry,
good.
I'm thinking of the Ewok movie. I haven't
I
seen
have
that
not
one.
watched those.
Oh God.
Maybe I'll
no.
chuck that on
Oh.
Tuesday as well.
Oh, Megan, do not confuse Empire of Dreams and one of the Ewok adventures. That is-
Okay, so
That
a
is
high
not-
recommendation for those movies: watch them with a group who have never seen it before. I watched it with the Sky Talkers and their Patreon.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
was a trip. Like nobody had ever seen them, and it was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What did you think?
It's so
What
much
did you
more
think?
fun with people.
What did you think?
I surprisingly kind of liked them. I'm like, wow, this got really dark. The first one, the
Yeah,
second one more than the first.
gets
I was like,
real dark.
we're 10 minutes in. What the fuck is this? Like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was just like, oh my god! Like, I thought this was about Ewoks, and apparently they forgot English between that and like Return to the Jedi. Like, I don't.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know,
Okay,
like-
I'm definitely gonna watch now because I'm very curious about all these little bits.
But,
I'm getting.
but the problem
know.
is you
I
have
think
to
it
watch
was-
them sober.
No,
I'm
don't do
happy
that
to.
either. Don't do that either.
I'm always sober. I don't drink.
Oh yeah, you can't.
No.
Sorry, mama. Sorry, mama.
No, it's okay.
Oh, but yeah,
I
if-
can get Justin to drink for me, and we can.
yeah,
watch
if you
them.
can
Right.
get like some friends who want to watch it with you, like highly recommend. Just because
Okay.
reactions across the board are going to be hilarious. So
All right, I'll find some people.
yeah, that's a good one. All right, Meg, what's yours?
Oh, I mean, for me, Revenge of the Sith is like the one I will rewatch the most. What have I watched on May 4th the past couple of years? Because last year we were rewatching the the Siege of Mandalore again for some reason because we just wanted to be hurt. I don't remember.
Pain
Yeah,
and suffering.
But I think I'm gonna probably watch Revenge of the Sith this year for multiple reasons. One, because I need to do it with my Taylor playlist, and also just because I haven't seen it in a while. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. So
Yeah.
Good one.
yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I forgot about the Taylor Swift playlist and going along with it.
Oh,
So,
I'll
Such
never
a-
forget.
It's burned into my brain.
Honestly, I should watch it with the Taylor playlist because I'm still like, I still think it's the greatest thing.
Taylor Swift Star Wars collaboration win.
Oh
I know.
god. I don't want to
Meg
talk
Meg
about
is
it.
on it. Just give her time.
We're working on it. It's not a joke. It's happening.
Collective peer pressure
Oh,
until
God.
she
Oh,
she
God.
does something formal.
I'm not
She
ready.
does this to herself. Let's be real.
She really does.
This is your fault. This is not me.
pure enjoyment and peer pressure.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
fine.
it.
It's
It's fine.
fine.
We're all fine.
Is anybody like I would assume this is also a thing over there, like tattoo flash days on May the 4th,
I think
which is
so.
how I got this tattoo.
Why do I keep leaning in?
I can
I'm
lean
sorry. I
closer.
need to stop.
It's on the back of my arm, so it's really hard to show people.
Can't see.
Damn it! It's a book with the Jedi symbol, and then there's like flames, so it's like the book is on fire. Is
Stick a Jedi
anybody
text.
going to get a tattoo?
I already got mine.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you did just get a huge one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're done for a while.
Yeah.
No, I wonder if they're gonna actually do anything like that, just because of like I think a lot of shops are still having like COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
At least I know in my
So-
area they're
I
not
thought
doing
that
walk-ins.
might have been it. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
in California they still are as well.
Yeah.
My local tattoo shop here is doing one, which is where I got
Yeah.
this one.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I will not be going, but
See, here you got to get some places like I have to get an appointment if I want to go pick out like a new piece of nose jewelry just to walk in the door of the shop and pick out jewelry. I have to have an appointment. It's
this place is doing like an online
Oh, okay. that
online
makes
queue
sense.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what one of mine does. That's what the shop I go to does for all
Mhm.
that. I'd love to. I kind of want to get like, I don't know if I ever got it. I see. I'm not one to get like flash tattoos.
Yeah.
Like I have to plan mine out. But I think
Yeah, me
I
too.
think getting maybe like the batch skull tattoo would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I'd probably enjoy that. Maybe like like a Mirai or something like that.
That's what
Kinda
Rachel
cool.
says. She's
Yeah.
Oh, Mirai foot tattoo. Ooh, girl.
Ooh, foot. Ow.
Oof.
Yeah.
I've like tattooed all the like least painful places of my body so far, and now we're kind of like creeping into like
That's my
we're
thing.
creeping
My
into
first
painful
ones,
territory.
my first ones were up the muscles of my calf, so it's like where there's because they're filled in dog paw prints. So you know that they're filled in, but it's still on that muscle of my calf. And then I got my forearm, which hurt like hell getting shaded, and my wrist, which hurt. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I
those
don't
hurt.
think I'm going much more than that for a while.
Yeah, I've been going on the meaty bits.
Yeah, it's like get off.
If I was like a chicken, a roast chicken, it'd be all the good bits. I've got like a big roller skate on my thigh. Because I played roller derby for 7 years. I've got
That's awesome.
I've got like on my meaty arm. I do have one here, whatever this part is called. Clavicle?
Your
No, this is your
sternum?
clavicle. Sternum, thank you. Which didn't hurt, but I think it's because it's in the little divot. It's a tiny one. It's just in the divot. Yeah.
Oh, Emily and Jason, we never got to your May the 4th movie. We kind
I'm
of.
so sorry.
No, it's okay. We just
Well, we lost Emily, so Jason, your
Emily's
turn.
Emily quit because she didn't answer. No,
She said, okay, Emily said Revenge of the Sith. So
I usually tend to watch, depending on how long it's been since I've seen it, A New Hope. I'll throw in A New Hope just because it's like the first one, and I kind of feel like a completist sort of deal. Oh, poor Rex. Hope he's okay. Zira actually came in while you guys were talking to be petted, so I'm having to do that.
Yeah, I've got one on my lap.
To not say too many words, but the dogs are going for an RIDE to see Aunt Missy after this show is over. So
fun.
Yeah. Don't want to get them too riled up before.
No, if you say the word, or I put like, if you say the word, you better have your shoes on and tied, because there's a wiener dog doing Tasmanian devil circles outside my front door. I don't know what you're eating, but it's probably not edible.
I can say
what are you doing with your life?
Walk, go, anything like that, and my dogs don't really do anything. But if I say the word ready in a specific tone, which is why I just had to go super deep for it. They will
drop about 5 octaves.
Yeah, because like that is a very common word to say in day-to-day. So anytime my partner and I are like getting ready to go, we'll be like, okay, cool. Are you like, and then the dogs are at the door just like, oh, where are we going? like what's happening? What are we doing? And it's like, oh, we're going to Home Depot and you're staying here.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zira has gotten very COVID acclimated. So if she sees me grab my mask, she like runs to the door, assuming that she's going someplace with me. So that's been kind of a weird thing to pick up.
Yeah.
But
okay, it got bad for my dogs, because for at one point it was if I put on jeans, because like if I'm staying at home, I will wear sweatpants or yoga pants all day. So if I put on jeans, the dogs are like, we're going somewhere. One of my friends, it was if she put on her bra, because the dog knew if she put on her bra, she was leaving the house.
Dog's like, you're going somewhere important. Where are you going?
The problem is now, because I do so much stuff drive up, like, curbside pickup or whatever, the dog thinks it gets to go alone half the time. I'm like,
yeah.
Sometimes I would like to, go somewhere without you. And they're like, no, not allowed.
They're like, that's canceled. Sorry.
But Mom, you're all we have. Oh, hello. You're very close to me right now.
Oh no. I did Zira a solid day because I went to my niece's birthday party, and so I just dropped Zira off at the little Dogtopia, little doggy daycare, and then picked her up like at 4. So she was none the wiser that I got to hang out with all of her favorite people while she was at the dog thing. So.
Well, now you told her. Depends on how
not
much
too bad.
Well,
English
that's true.
she understands.
She is right here at my feet, so
She's just
not even her food.
silently seething at your feet now.
Well, it was
I-
funny. When I got back, I'd worn a different pair of shoes to the party, and she like was really intently sniffing the shoes that I wore. I'm like, can you smell where I was from my shoes? Like,
Yes.
she was like super into my shoes. Like, you've been someplace you didn't take me to. I know. So
Our state election was last night, and I went over to a friend's house to watch the results, or watch like the results as they were coming in. And they have a dog, and when I came home, my dogs were like sniffing my ankles, like, "Where the hell have you been?" Because they haven't met this dog, so like, "Excuse me, you leave the house for 3 hours, and this is what happens."
it's just like
Am I
they're
gonna have to hold?
gallivanting with other dogs.
Yeah, they're like the nerve, the absolute audacity. Ugh. I feel like next week's stream is going to have way more Star Wars content because there
Yeah,
will
we've
hopefully
gotten-
be more Star Wars content.
We're getting 100 minutes of Star Wars content.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And who
Meg-
knows what announcements they're gonna drop? They might drop all the announcements.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Guys,
I
was
if we
my
get,
first
I don't like if we get a Ewan Hayden just promo picture from Kenobi, I may just like fall on the floor a little bit.
Yeah. I would
Like,
frame it and put it in my
I may
bathroom.
need to like need a minute to pick myself up off the floor.
Well, we know
Hey,
he's,
Emily's
we know he's training. Hey,
Hi. I'm in a new location.
Oh,
And
did Rex decide it was time to change rooms?
Yeah, well, and it might not last. He gets his anxiety pill around like 7,
Mhm.
and you can tell that he needs it, and so I gave it to him, and he's like having panic attack. So
oh, baby.
yeah, so
Aw.
we'll see.
Same.
He says he needs to
Aw.
go outside, but I don't think he actually needs to go outside. So
Aw.
Aw, poor
Yeah.
baby.
Hi, buddy.
Aw.
A
Yeah.
new animation announcement. Ooh, like something like Visions, Rachel.
They one, you talking to
Ooh,
her,
I would
she's
love to see
confusing
that.
me.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking to the comment.
No, you're good.
Talking
I have our names turned off for some. Do I have our names turned off?
Yes,
Or
you
is it
do.
just because of the
Good. I don't want to be
comment?
perceived.
No,
No.
yes, I put comments up.
I don't exist. You're not real.
Who am I?
I know. I need to look at my shirt. Like, is one of my name? Is my name on here? Like, who the fuck am I?
A name will be
Who am
assigned
I?
to you. if you
A name
can't
will be
remember.
assigned to you. I've determined that if I was a clone, my name would be Stumpy. Because I'm short as fuck.
That's a fun question. What would your clone name be?
Yeah, what
Oh,
would your
God.
clone name be? Okay,
Oh.
now we're gonna Matt Lanter stuff. That'd be really exciting to see.
I think
I'd be Stumpy. Stumpy the clone.
hangry.
That's your seven dwarfs name.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was like, we're clones, we're not dwarves.
Yeah, 'cause a lot
I
of
mean,
them
if we're
have
the seven dwarves, I'm
the
bitchy.
wine and-
Oh my god, I'm just imagining the clones singing "Hi Ho" now.
They've got like their blasters on their shoulders.
It'd be the most fucking out of tune thing ever. They can't carry a tune.
In a mind.
And they're all
Yeah, it's all
the
the
same
same guy.
voice. So yeah,
It's all
so
the same
it's
voice, yeah.
Just, there's no
That's really
harmonizing.
creepy.
It's just like one person singing.
That'd be so creepy. Max
This is what I
losing.
learned
Broke Meg.
editing audio recently. If you layer the same voice exactly over each other, like it doesn't sound like if they're exact, it doesn't sound like multiple voices. It just sounds like the all omnipotent voice of God. And it is the
Wow.
creepiest thing.
Sorry, Rachel's killing me in the comments right now.
Oh, it's off to war we go. No.
It's on the new Disney animation special.
Oh.
Whew. Okay. Whew. Whew. Okay, we're
I
good.
think my clone name, and I feel like this is gonna sound
that
really
is
mean to
a
myself,
nightmare.
would be like Twitch or Limpy. Because I have an eye twitch and I also have a limp.
I'm sorry.
And, like-
I like Twitch. I like Twitch
Yeah,
a lot. That's a good one.
Like
Sorry, I'm sorry about the
twitch
Twitch,
around
but-
all the time. No, it's okay. And then I have like a hip dysplasia kind of thing, so I have to like correct my feet, otherwise they turn in, so it can look like I have a limp sometimes. And I think that would, like, all the clone things are like, what is the one thing about you that somebody could instantly point out? And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's those. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a dwarf, it would be like Limpy.
Yeah, it's like mine. Yeah, I was like, I have an addendum. I was like either Stumpy or Blue because of.
Yeah,
this.
that would work.
Yeah. Stumpy or Blue.
Blue. Isn't there already a blue clone? Isn't there one called Blue?
Besides the entire 501st?
What happened to?
No, I don't. Is there? Somebody help me.
Oh, there's not like. I don't know.
I don't think
Is there
there's a
clone named
Blue.
If not, there should be.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do that. Right.
Okay.
Meg,
I have it on-
now that
Okay, I don't know.
now that you're back, we need your clone name.
Oh God, I should have been thinking about that while I was waiting. Okay.
Yes,
come
Lonely
back.
Wolf. I agree. Val. Okay. Oh, I like the comments. This is good. Leave out chalky milk and chicken nuggets for Baby Yoda. Yes.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, I'd be cool with Din Djarin visiting me, but there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a conversation. That's a different conversation.
Should like come down there
not
now.
doing
That's followers of the Force.
Didn't do those.
We
Oh
need to
yeah,
have
you can leave out some macaron halves for Baby Yoda.
Some blue macarons.
Yeah.
What we need to do is we're going to start a new Saturday night live stream that's after this one.
Yeah.
It's called Followers of the Force After Dark.
After hours.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just
I
that
don't know
like
what my
Sax
clone name would
song
be.
all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Rex update. He got in his other bed down there.
Oh,
Oh.
So
Oh.
maybe we're
Very
on the up and up.
Oh. Yeah, I
Love it.
can't.
I'd
If anyone
probably
has
end up-
any suggestions, I can't think of anything.
I'd probably end up being Short Stuff, which is one of the names my grandpa used to call me because I was one of the tallest grandkids. So
Oh.
Ah,
Oh, I like that.
that'll
Like-
reverse. Yeah.
that we used to have the we even said it when my grandpa passed last year. We said at his funeral that you had to go by tell people at the funeral what your actual name was and then what he called you, and he either called me Short Stuff or Pickle Puss because I have resting bitch face. So
Brutal.
yeah. No, but that's funny
Wow.
because one of the ladies that said, well, he called me Froggy, and I never figured out why, but I responded to it for him for 50 years.
I kind of like that one.
Oh.
I kind of like that. That's a good one. Meg, should yours be like a really ironic name like Sleeps, since you like never actually, I don't think actually sleep. I feel like it would just be a good irony.
Yeah,
That
make
we're
this
halfway
very
to Meg
chill, no
being
work
quick.
lady.
Oh. Oh, sure, that's fine.
Meg's name is Lazy.
Like,
Oh,
24/7.
24/7. Oh, I like that.
nonstop.
Melissa said in the comments that a quiz she took said hers would be Craze, and instantly it made me think of the movie Dodgeball, and if like the clones were the purple cobras, where it's like
so
this is
scary.
Blazer.
Can you imagine the clones playing dodgeball? I'd be so scared.
oh my God.
Sure,
I'd be
surely
so-
they get to do that once at least.
Steve
That's
the
my bad match
pirate?
prediction. They should play dodgeball.
Bad Batch gets to play dodgeball.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm actually
Oh
taking
my
the
God.
quiz, so let me see.
I mean, they're
I
going to
have
be
no
good
idea
dads.
what
They
name it
have to be good dads. Like Omega has to get some socialization. Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
so some
I
dodgeball
feel
is in
like
order.
Omega's going to end up in whatever the same kind of school situation that Grogu did was, where it's like
Oh,
single
no.
parents don't know how to.
Everyone's trying to
to
kill us, so good luck.
Do the clones pick better babysitters than Din does?
Yes.
Is the question.
Yes. I will agree with this. I had a friend a friend wrote me a fic for my birthday, like as a gift.
Aw.
And she wrote about Fives and Rex babysitting Grogu at the Jedi Temple.
Oh,
Yes.
That's cute.
Good
And it was
birthday gift.
literally, I was like, I don't know whether to laugh or cry because it was hilarious and so soft. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, again, we're running on my crack theory of Grogu saw clones when he was in the Jedi Temple, which is why he didn't
Yeah.
freak out when he saw Din. Because
Yeah,
he's seen
I think
helmeted
that's-
people before.
Yeah, totally.
That makes
fair.
total sense that he saw. By the way, mine is Blast. I just did the quiz.
Oh, I like it.
Ooh.
Good
Aw.
one.
That's a
I'm
good
glad.
name.
You and Hardcase
Yeah,
can
I
be
like-
friends.
Okay, good.
Guys,
I like
my
Blast. It
sister
makes
got
it
the
sound like
pride
I blow
shoes I
things up.
wanted.
Whoop, whoop.
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm
yay!
celebrating.
What
Oh,
Target shoes?
I was looking for this specific pair of rainbow shoes, but no, they can't ship them to me because Target is out of my size online because I wear a very common size. And nowhere near me had them. So I sent my sister into Chicago to go find me Pride shoes. And she came back with Pride shoes.
here's Pride. May seems like it's awful early,
I think
Okay.
it's June.
isn't it?
It's the
Is
whole
he,
month
like,
of
in
June,
June?
but Target
Okay.
released their collection already. So I'm buying it because I am a weak woman.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, not
Um,
meaning to interrupt. I got excited. Anyway.
I-
No, it's fine.
Din did learn. Yes, he did. He didn't
Yeah,
strap him
she
to
was
like
a
a
good
baby
pair.
Bjorn at his chest.
Maybe go
Couldn't go
into
to a
tense
lot.
negotiations with me. It's fine.
You're fine.
I have to stand up for a second, and because of like the way that my coffee table and stuff is situated, I basically have to stand straight up on my couch, and it's going to reveal that one, I am in sweatpants, and two, all of my tops are basically crop tops right now because of the baby belly. So I apologize.
All right, Mama.
I will see you all in a moment.
Okay. You're all going to be silently watch.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, she was great.
Oh, thank you, Rachel.
Bye, Rachel. Thanks for coming.
Bye, Rachel.
I
Charge your
feel like I
phone.
should have told Megan that I could turn her camera off for her.
We can turn your own camera. Actually, I have a thing. I can just flip the thing down.
Okay, so this is, I'm so used to, because I use StreamYard for play productions. The thing is, if you guys, like I have the power, if I want to, I can mute you guys and turn your cameras
Nice.
on and off. But if you guys do it, I can't turn it back on. So like I'm always
Oh.
telling actors, I'm
Oh.
like, no, if you're out of the stream, you're out of the stream. Do not touch any of your buttons unless literally like there's something major happening, because then I can't save you if you're standing there talking on mute. Like I'll have actors, I'm like, don't touch that button. They're like, why? And then 5 minutes later, they're in a scene and they've muted themselves and I can't save them. And I'm like, okay. It's like I told you not to touch the button.
This is only for Rachel, but what did you think of Temple of Doom? I didn't get a chance to clearly didn't watch the video.
Really enjoyed it. It was fun. I didn't like it as much as Raiders because, I mean, no offense, the female lead, Willie, was kind of annoying versus like Marion's cool in Temple of Doom. I watched the entire dinner scene like this, staring at my phone, waiting for Robin to tell me it was okay to look, about the point that they cut open a snake.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the snake, and all the bugs come out of the snake, right?
Oh,
All the
You didn't-
eels do.
You didn't watch it.
No.
Oh, the eels. Oh,
That's the thing is I remember that part, and that's about the point I tapped out of the dinner scene, because then they started eating beetles and I can't do the crunch. That was the part that bothered me the most, other than the dinner scene, which I didn't watch, was when you said there's a lot of, or Robin told me there's a lot of bugs, and I went, okay, I'm not scared of bugs, I'm scared of spiders. So bugs are okay. I'm not a big fan. But when they walk on them and they make the crunchy noise, that's literally like my worst nightmare of bugs, is the crunchy noise they make when you step on them. So that was a little uncomfortable couple of minutes. But
Okay.
overall, I
Cool.
did like it.
all right, cool.
I was
are we
watching,
talking about?
I watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom for the first time last night.
And
Oh,
Meg,
okay.
Emily and Hannah had to sit through it.
Yeah.
Next week is Last Crusade.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, are you just doing like one a week to?
We basically do them when I work a second shift and I have
Yeah.
time to watch a movie because I mean second shifts are really slow at my work.
Hmm.
So usually I can watch a movie uninterrupted. So we've been doing them when I have the extra shifts. So it's fun.
Yeah, I might
Then
just
we'll
pop
probably
in Temple of Doom because I wanted to watch it with you, but I probably will just end up just popping it on because I haven't seen that movie. I don't think I've seen it since I was like a kid, like because it's not one that I go to watch if I just want to watch an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. No,
Have you guys had a chance to listen to the Blast Points? They're doing an indie year kind of thing. They're going through like all the Indiana
No.
Jones stuff and like doing like a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff. It's really good. Like I haven't seen them in a really long time, but since we're on the discussion, that's something they're doing intermittently throughout this year. So
Cool.
yeah, highly
I
recommend.
will
Give them a
have
listen.
to check them out because I'm doing a 10K at the end of the month. So I've got to start. I'm walking it because my fat ass doesn't need to run. But I need to start like going on walks and stuff because training. So I need something to listen to while I walk.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, I've done this
Be a good
10K
one.
before, but I actually did it with like a week and a half of training because I'm stupid. And I did it at the time. This time it's virtual because they have like 4 courses, but it's virtual, but it's the Boulder, which you run in through the streets of Boulder, Colorado. So I did a week and a half of training for a 10K at over a mile above sea level, and I'm amazed I did not pass out.
Whew.
Yeah, I jog walked it, but I started running up the hill at the end because you run into the big CU football stadium. So I was trying to run up the hill at the end to, make a really good finish into the stadium, and then lights start popping behind my eyes, and I'm like, I'm gonna slow my butt down because I'm not passing out. Because all that's listed, like literally my emergency contact on my bib, because I was out there to visit my grandparents, my emergency contact on my bib is my 86-year-old grandfather who would not have been amused if they'd had to call him to come get me. Would not have been amused.
Yeah. It was, I've done a 10K or did I do a 10? Yeah, it was a 10 and then a half marathon when I did the Run Disney when they were still doing it at the parks. Yeah, I was like, this is because I live where it's really mountainy, and then I drive to Florida, which is super flat, and I'm like, this is so easy. What is happening? And I'm like, oh, it's because I can breathe.
Yeah,
It was so, but the humidity made up for it. Like
that's true.
Like even at like 3-4 in the morning when we started, like I was like, I would like to kind of die right now.
Yeah. I did that 10K, and then a couple weeks later, I convinced my dad to run another race with me. Most people did the 5K, but we walked and jogged the 10K. I mean, we were the last 2 people to get in with the race, but we still finished, so that's cool and everything. And I did a mini triathlon, which I didn't do great at because most people my age did the sprint. So I technically placed, I believe, second in my age group because I was one of only 2 people in my age group, but I'll take the medal anyway. But I can say that I did a mini triathlon. My dad actually trained for it and is good at it, but we used to do the Ugly Sweater 5Ks, which are run around like Soldier Field in Chicago. Because my dad and I would make a day of it. We'd go up, we'd get, see the stuff because they would set it up like a big party. You'd run the Ugly Sweater run, which was usually more like sort of waddle in the Ugly Sweater run because the point is to wear Christmas attire. So you're trying not to wear your heavy coat over anything. So instead you're wearing 3 sweaters and 4 pairs of leggings and you're waddling your way through it. Then we'd go to the Field Museum for the day. Once we went to the Jurassic World exhibit, and our ugly sweaters were the ones my father picked out for us, which each had a gigantic T-Rex on them. So we were ahead at the Field Museum that day.
Oh, I love the Field Museum.
So do I.
I want to do that. Oh, it's like the running of the something at Celebration. It's like all the dude with the mustache and the ice cream container.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody help me.
yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue. The Will Hood.
Will Hood.
Yeah, I was like, it's
Will Hood.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I want
really
to.
excited.
I want to be a Will Hood. I want to run.
Can we strap the baby to your chest too?
Yeah, we can dress the baby up like the ice cream machine.
Oh my god.
I wanted to do when they did a bunch of people did the running of the Death Star plans through Celebration once. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not sure if it was Celebration or Comic-Con. And I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have like a Vader chasing them?
I don't remember, but it was something
my
they
God.
were.
That'd be
They
so
were do-
scary.
It
That was the part about doing the
You
Rogue
just hear
One
me
reading
screaming.
that was weird. Was that scene that's the most famous scene that Vader's in? He's not in it in the reading because it's just people's voices, and Vader doesn't do anything but breathe menacingly. Although I'm pretty sure the guy playing Vader was breathing into his mic just to be a dick. But I'm like, guys, you can't breathe too loud or it overdoes everything else on Zoom. Because Zoom will shut somebody else off if somebody's talking louder.
I think breathing
My-
menacingly is like a workout for your lungs. I'll say he was doing something.
My almost 3-year-old nephew this morning went to soccer in his Darth Vader outfit, complete with the cape, which he also wore to the game. But he wore he also brought his Darth Vader mask that changes the voice, like and does all the things. And he wanted to play soccer not only in his Darth Vader suit, but in his Darth Vader mask. And the coach was like, I can't, but if you go out there and score a goal, I'll let you play the rest of the game in your Darth Vader mask, knowing that he was not going to score a goal. Like you have to give him a cracker to give him even wanted to go onto the field to play, but that was the deal the coach made with him. He scored a goal, he could play the rest of the game with a Darth Vader mask. So
was it good motivation? Like was he really trying?
Actually, the crackers were a better motivation. He wanted a cracker, and my
That's how
sister
I'm
was like,
motivated
if you
to
go
do
out there and
things.
play, I'll give you a cracker. So he would go out and play for a little bit. He'd come back like, a cracker? And he would get a cracker. But he wore it also to my niece's party today. So whenever we were looking for him, we're like, oh God, where's Bud? Where's Bud? He's like, oh yeah, he's the one over there in the cape. I see him. All right.
Oh.
When I was 13, I signed up for my middle school's cross country team because I didn't want to do the math class I had at the end of the day. And you could skip your last class on meet days. And I was really, really bad at running. I hate running. And my mom had been like a track and field star at her high school. So she was super excited. And she came and saw my first meet. And then every meet after that, she would bring me a container of brownie batter and be like, you get this when you finish.
Oh my God.
And like,
motivate me to do things.
yeah, and she would just be like, when you're done, you have a reward of getting to eat like a quarter cup of brownie mix. I'd be
I
like, okay.
love that.
Yeah, it worked. Like I did finish almost every meet. In the one that I didn't, I fell and I almost fell into a lake. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the L and I'm gonna leave.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's the every sweater 5K I ran. They give you Kahlua at the finish line. My butt's running for Kahlua.
Okay, so here's a question. We're gonna bring it around to running and Star Wars. So what would have to be waiting for you at the finish line for you to finish a full like race, whatever distance? What would like the one thing you would like, I will run this entire bitch for?
Does it have to be Star Wars related?
Yeah, for this purpose, yes. We're going Star Wars related.
Yeah.
For this purpose, yes.
I think all of my answers would be better fit for the After Dark.
Okay, we're gonna keep it PG-13.
Oh my God.
At the best.
Yeah.
At the best.
I would do it.
I was gonna say
I would do it.
Yes. Okay.
I would do it for a lightsaber, like a free,
Okay.
a free
that's
lightsaber.
rad.
Like the legit new Disney lightsaber that might actually be able to cut a bitch. Like
No, a real one.
Either
like,
one.
Just, yeah, I have
Okay.
the movie.
I don't have any.
okay.
I feel like any of us being handed a lightsaber would result in immediate accidental dismemberment because
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
none of us are
I would.
coordinated people.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'd lose a limb.
If I had
All
10
right.
fingers at the end of a week with a real lightsaber, I would be amazed. So
Okay. So you have
Or,
a
like,
lightsaber, Oscar
Any
Isaac.
of Padme's outfits except for the meadow dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see your
can't get over
comments
that.
on the meadow dress, which
It's
is
so
fair.
good.
I saw the hot take.
Yeah, if it was
Oh,
like the
it's-
lake dress, yeah, I'm finishing.
I want
Yeah.
her,
All right.
the
What about
dress
the,
she's buried in.
The
oh,
doily
Oh.
dress.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Mhm.
The
I don't
doily
love
dress,
the
yeah.
doily dress.
Yeah,
what
I'm
about
not a
the
big
arena
fan of
outfit
it
with the
either.
rip away midriff?
If I could have her abs in the Ripperwave
Yeah.
trip,
I look like her. You know, if I run enough, maybe I would.
I feel like we found the problem in this argument.
yeah,
Although I
Um,
love that outfit when it's together.
yeah, when
Yeah,
it's not.
cute one.
Yeah, with the cape and everything. Yeah, no, it's cool.
It's good.
It's super cool. Okay.
Can I
It's
put
just
Got
so-
Oscar
Andor at
Isaac,
the
the
finish line?
lightsaber. What else would be at the
Cassie
end?
and Andor at the finish line. Is that,
Okay.
is that allowed?
I was like Diego Luna at the finish
I
line.
I want my pretty rebel spy. Yes,
Okay.
The
Megan?
meal from Dex's Diner. I think it would be so
Oh,
tasty. That's like if I could
yes.
eat at a fantasy place that's high up on the list.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like
Okay,
that
I would
one.
do some
Okay.
shady shit for diner food in real life. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Same.
I would do that. Okay, I like that one. Meg, Jason.
Well, I would need a Bacta tank just to. because I'm gonna survive it.
He's like,
Yeah.
I feel like I might know Meg's answer now that I'm thinking about it a little bit harder.
You probably do.
It's the
Does
dark
it,
saber.
does it rhyme?
Everyone
Yeah, does it
together.
rhyme with their Smark Schmaber?
And the only dark saber. Give it to me.
Let her rule Mandalore, you cowards.
Please, I ask every week. Just give it to me.
If, you know what? One of these days it's gonna work.
You should
I am
find the
saying-
Mandalorian. He's looking to give it away.
Exactly.
It's that
There you
James
go.
Evers meme. Meg, I am once again asking to rule Mandalore.
Once again, get her in a scarf, make her look like Bernie Sanders.
Oh my god.
Dearest Din, I hear you don't want the Darksaber. Can I have it? No.
Kirsten,
That's an email.
it has been a fortnight since you have bequeathed the dark saber.
I feel like you could say, okay, I'll beat you in a fight, and then the Benny Hill music starts to play.
Well, Din doesn't know anything. Like I love him, but he doesn't know anything. So you can really be like, "Hey, can I hold that for you?" And then he'd give it to you, and he'd be like, "Ha!"
Yep.
Like,
No, just
okay,
no,
I should
just-
do that.
Okay, so it says you have to win it in combat. It doesn't say how. So I just 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war.
Yeah,
I feel like
Nobody has
no,
to
you
die.
take it from
Yeah.
in a battle of wits, but your entire battle of wits is, hey, can I hold that? And walking away.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I feel like that would work because the man is not the brightest.
No.
It could be
Yeah.
a game of riddles, like with Bilbo and Gollum. Like
There you go.
that's how we're gonna get it. That's how this is gonna
No,
go. We're just
it's the
smashing
goblin,
Star Wars
like-
lore.
The game with the Sicilian and Princess Bride. So clearly I could not choose the cup in front of you.
yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
imagining, like, if you solve my riddles 3, you may rule Mandalore. Like, that's the base that they have.
Oh my god!
The
I'm so
problem
ready
is
for
I
this.
don't think Din could make up riddles 3.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't strike me as like a riddles guy.
I still think
No.
that when we were trying to figure out the Star Wars character everybody looked like him, right when somebody talks to him with his helmet off, is David every time he freezes.
I love it.
Yeah, I feel like Din's riddles would really just be like existential questions.
Yeah, yeah. it'd be
Riddle
like,
one. Are
Like,
you a
what is the name
Jedi?
of my ship?
Yeah.
What's the name of my ship?
What?
Like, that's not
It's
a
like,
riddle.
oh,
That's
honey.
He's like, if you can tell me anything that's going on, I'm looking for the sword. Who's this man who just took my son? What's this sword that I've been given? Like, where can I get a new ship that doesn't have an Imperial tracker on it? Like, please.
right.
No, Din's
Please
first
help
riddle.
me.
Are you a Jedi?
Are you a Jedi?
Yeah,
I like that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
He did he ask Luke if he was a Jedi before he gave him Grogu, or did he just?
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He said yeah.
Yep.
But he never asked his
Where's
name.
the
He's just
button
like,
on
sure,
this
you
one?
have a green
Okay.
laser sword. Take my child.
Yeah, he's
Fair,
like,
I'm
you know
pretty
what?
sure he
Green
got
is
hit
that.
in the head.
There you go.
Pretty sure
I
they
mean,
hit him
in
the
all
head
fairness, he
because-
did get punched in the face multiple times by like
Yeah.
one of those.
He's got a
Whatever.
concussion. He's not working.
Right.
He does. He has a very small concussion.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then Boba Fett comes back. He's like, "What the fuck did you just do?
But-
Like, tell
Boba
me
Fett
about
I know.
tell me
I-
about this Chanel boot wearing Jedi who just showed up. I have a score to settle.
Boba Fett's like, this motherfucker? We're looking for this guy.
This motherfucker's still
You gave your
alive.
kid to him?
Let me
Like-
tell you something. Din Djarin, Himbo, ruler of Mandalore.
Boba
I like
Fett's like,
Nancy
you better
Smith,
hope
yeah.
he's not going to a desert planet because he's going to eat your kid into a Sarlacc. He's like, he's about to slam dunk your child into the pit of 1,000-year-old being. And Din's like, is he a Jedi?
Most important question.
He's like, but
I
is he a
still
Jedi?
liked him looking for the on button on the rock because does this look
Oh my
Jedi
God.
to you?
I still can't get over in the episode how many times he fucking tried to get through that magical blue barrier. I can't get over it. I'm like, we got some nice views, but god damn it.
Let's just say that, like, okay, so in the last episode of season 8, right, he had a head injury and they said they healed him, but I'm not actually sure that they did because pretty sure he still was not operating at full potential for a while.
They're like,
No.
we've healed you with the power of positive thinking. Now give your child to the Jedi man.
Oh god.
Like, wait, you gave it to a Jedi and then a waiter from Jabba's sail barge? Because that droid was a waiter.
The He gave me a drink. Holy shit, I didn't even think about that one.
Boba Fett's like, how do these two know each other?
How did the waiter and the Jedi know each other?
Speaking of Mandalorian himbos,
So my
Celeste.
favorite thing I've seen is somebody says, okay, so like Ahsoka has to come back and asks Bo-Katan what happened, and she's like, so our asses got saved because this weird gay Jedi dude came in, and Ahsoka's like, oh yeah, that's my nephew. And Bo-Katan's like, why am I not surprised?
Why am I not surprised? No, I just want Din showing up since Ahsoka going, I lost the kid. Like, dumbass. I'd be so tired.
Do you think Ahsoka's gonna be like mad when she finds out that Din just gave him to Luke? Because she says in like her main episode of like, I can't train this kid because he's too attached. Like, it wouldn't be a good thing for either of you if this kid got
feel
trained
like
to be a Jedi.
No, because she's the one who tells him how to contact another Jedi.
Yeah. I think she
That's a good
expected
point.
it to happen in some capacity.
Yeah.
I just don't know I don't think she felt she was the right person for that job.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just my thought on it.
No, that's
'Cause I
fair. I,
feel-
did forget
yeah.
that she was the one who was like,
Yeah.
here's how you can
Yeah,
find the
'cause-
one other Jedi in the world.
Yeah.
One other.
Yeah.
Even
and
though
maybe-
Kanan no, wait, Kanan's dead at this point. This is sad. I'm
Ah!
sorry.
Yeah.
What is it with you guys?
I'm sorry. Hi, Carly.
Carly, turn your ears off. You haven't gotten that far in Rebels yet.
I'm sorry.
Oh no!
Wait, Cal as far as we know canonically, Cal Kestis is still alive too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cal
There you go.
Kestis.
What
I
I was gonna say is, I
Anyways.
think that Ahsoka would be more accepting of it because, like, since he had to go to the special glowy rock and reach out to Luke, it's like they have more of a force bond because
Yeah.
they connected in that way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The special glowy rock.
Yeah, I love that name. It's The Rock.
The
You know.
magical glowing rock in Southern California.
Yeah, Sean Connery sticks his head out. He's like, did somebody say Rock? He was in The Rock, yeah? The Alcatraz movie? Okay.
I don't know.
Too much of a deep cut.
It's a real deep cut.
Well,
Oh,
that
no.
was just like
I'm
so out of left field, but appropriate. It's great. I love the movie The Rock. I have the Blu-ray, so it's fun.
yeah,
But,
he's like the main guy in The Rock.
yeah, him and Nicolas Cage. So Nicolas Cage can come out. So, like,
That's
Yeah,
what we need is
her.
Nicolas Cage in a Star Wars movie.
oh, nobody believes that more than Nicolas Cage's agent. 'Cause,
Oh my god. Nicolas Cage was in a Star Wars movie.
He would have been a
can't.
good. As much as I liked Timothy Oliphant as what's
Oh
his
my
name?
God,
Oh,
Tom
what's his name?
Vance.
Oh,
Yeah, but
You
like
want
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage
Cage
wasn't a
as
good role for
Cobb
him.
Vance.
Sure, why not?
Aw.
It would be chaotic. I appreciate the chaos.
Yeah.
if you you have
I
to
am looking at-
recast the central character as Nicolas Cage.
That was
Get
Hondo.
recast.
I
Although
want
he came up
Nicolas
with guest
Cage as
stars.
Hondo.
Oh no.
Yes.
You know what? You would-
That's not
Stealing
the worst idea in the
decorations.
world.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bad idea, but it's also a really good idea.
yeah.
I feel like there's no way that this couldn't be a good idea.
There's
Yeah,
no good
I'm-
ideas. There's no good
It's
ideas
not the-
here. Just chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, Nicolas Cage does have an Oscar. He's just made crappy movies for the last 20 years, is all. You know,
What did he win an Oscar
cooking.
for?
Leaving Las Vegas, like back in the 90s. So, yeah, like 25 years ago, he won an Oscar, but still.
Okay.
he
You
does
know,
have an
National Treasure is still. It,
National Treasure is
It's still a national treasure.
It
What
is.
can we
It
say?
truly is. That is the first thing like 98% of my Twitter feed wanted to do once they got vaccinated was, this is for legal purposes. It's a joke. US government, whoever's watching my stream, steal the Declaration of Independence.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do
I've
it for real.
rewatched it like within the last year, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He's
I've
made
been
some good movies,
rewatching-
but that's just not recently.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they'll get him on for National Treasure 4 or something, and that will.
Did they make a third one? I felt like there was only two.
Yeah, did they make
I
it
was
three? I thought
There's
there
three. There's three.
I wasn't
There's
positive
three
that there
National
was a
Treasures?
third. So
Or no, there's two. There's two.
Okay.
I only know of 2.
Help me,
Okay.
Google. You're my
Okay.
only hope.
he'll come back for the third. I've been rewatching all
Oh, yeah.
of the movies that are based on Disneyland rides.
Mm.
So like Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, Tower of Terror, but I haven't been able to find it.
Yep. Oh,
Like,
it's
here's
not
where
on
I-
Disney Plus?
Not on mine. Is it
Oh.
on yours?
No. Well,
Haunted Mansion.
no. Carly has it on DVD, so we just watch it
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. I think I might just try and buy it on iTunes or
Yeah.
something.
Tower
Yeah.
of Terror. You might be able to rent it from like Amazon for cheap.
Yeah. Are there any movies based on rides that I am missing?
Jungle Cruise, but that's coming soon.
Yeah,
That's
that
not
doesn't
out
come
yet.
out yet.
Yeah.
I feel like there's another one, but I can't remember what it is. Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, but I feel like there's another one, and I can't remember now what it
I
is.
feel like there's like a Country Bear Jamboree. But
There is
that's
a
not really a
Country
Bear. There is a
ride.
Country
That's an
Bears movie.
experience.
There's a movie called
and it's
Tomorrowland.
got Christopher Walken in it.
Mm. Tomorrowland, I think might be.
But that
Okay,
has nothing
yeah.
to do with. That's got nothing to
Yeah.
do with the park. It's just.
Yeah.
Oh, I spelled
Surprisingly, like the 3 main movies based on rides are pretty good.
Yeah.
I was gonna
And
say,
I feel like
everybody
they're
hates
more
on Haunted
appreciated
Mansion.
as
I
time
think that's
goes on.
hilarious.
I
That's a
love
fun-
Haunted Mansion. Like I watch it every year at Halloween. Makes me happy.
Yeah.
Cute.
I
Pirates
watched
of the
it
Caribbean?
last year, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Hey, Justin, have you seen this movie?" He's like, "No." And I was like, "Do you want to watch this movie?" He's like, "No." He was on his dinner break at work, so I was like, "Cool. Is it okay if I start it, and then like you leave and I just keep watching?" He's like, "Yeah." And so we got 45 minutes into it. Then he was like, "Can you pause and we can just pick it up tomorrow?"
Oh,
He got like really into it. I was like,
Oh, I love
Aw.
it.
"I warned
Adorable.
you."
See, Pirates of the Caribbean, some of my favorite movies.
Oh,
Even
I
though
love it.
the fourth
The
one
first
was
one's
only
fantastic. I love the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I
Yeah.
think that's such a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very
I
good.
watched the first one over 3 nights last week because I kept falling asleep because I would like put it on before going to bed and then, but it's so endearing and all the actors know exactly what movie they're in. Like they're all
Mhm.
playing at the level they
Right.
should be.
You know,
Mhm.
it's basically they took all of these. I mean, the 2 romantic leads were. I mean, Keira Knightley had done a few things. Orlando Bloom had done Lord of the Rings, so that was pretty decent. But you know, they're fairly fresh. But then all the supporting characters are these like big name Oscar-nominated actors, and they put them on a
Mhm.
boat in the Caribbean and like act like pirates.
Yeah, they basically said improv this and good luck.
And the thing is that it's literally letting all of these amazing actors just chew the scenery for 2 hours, and it's fantastic.
So
Yep.
fun.
Yeah. I
Well,
will. Sorry, you go, Emily.
The dialogue is really well written. The
Mm,
choreography is really good. The music is good, and the effects are good. So like,
yeah.
what
And
more
the
could
acting
you
was
want?
so
Rush's
well.
speech when he like reveals that he's a skeleton man, and he's
Oh,
like, "You best start
so
believing
good.
in ghost stories because you're in one." Like that whole speech is so good.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
so good.
This is embarrassing of me, but the other night as I was watching it, I was like half asleep. In this, I'm gonna claim that this is why I thought this, but I was like, "Where is this movie even set?" I spent 10 minutes really trying to think like, where has palm trees and British occupation? And I was like, honestly, a lot of the world. But then I went over to my friend's house the next day and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out where it's set. And she's like, oh, it's probably set in like the Bahamas or something. And I was like, oh, you think? And she's like, well, it's of the Caribbean. I was like, oh my God. Oh yeah, very, very embarrassing of me, which is why I'm shaming myself publicly now.
You can just blame it on baby brain.
Yeah, I'm blaming a lot of stuff on that. It's starting to lose its authenticity.
I believe Port Royal was actually a settlement in Jamaica. So it would be in the area of Jamaica.
Yeah.
I went to the Pirate Museum when I was in the Bahamas last year because I love pirates and bought a big book of the history of piracy that I still have to finish reading. But like my boyfriend's like, okay, because I got really sick on this cruise, so I'd been sick the day before, and he's like, okay, we'll go off the boat, but we're not going to stay too long just in case you start feeling well again. So we're leaving the Pirate Museum, and he has bought his ticket to the Pirate Museum, and that's it. And I am walking out with a pile of merchandise on my arms, waddling back on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
He's
It's like
"Did
when my mom and I went to Titanic, the experience in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And I just like wandered around. I think they had a gift shop. I just wandered around being like, could I get this? Could I get this? Could I get this? My mom was like, no.
Well, the best part of being an adult is I can buy my own souvenirs.
Yeah.
I got myself the T-shirt and the book. It was great.
Yeah,
I have a
I'd only
t-shirt that
just
says
turned 18.
surrender the booty.
Eventually, I was still a child. Just surrender the booty.
Surrender the booty.
Oh my God.
I bought my friend Brienne one because Brienne is tiny, but I had to buy her an extra large because I don't know who sized the women's T-shirts, but they were not from Earth. They were from some other planet where people are built like this.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have this one in my size, but there was a pink girl shirt that just said "I am the booty," and so I bought it for my friend Brienne because we're 12 and booty jokes are funny.
Is Joe's Crab Shack a restaurant in any
Yes.
of the places where you guys live?
Mhm.
'Cause
yeah.
I know
Used
that
to
it's
be.
like a
Oh, yeah.
franchise, but I wasn't sure how sweet of a franchise it is. My sister had one of their shirts that said like "I got crabs at Joe's."
Boots, get out of there.
It was always funny, always good.
No.
No,
No.
sorry, Hannah, you just being like, no, do not
I'm
like.
checking to see if there's one local. Let's see.
There used to be one up in Peoria, which is like an hour north of me, because I went to it when I was a kid because I loved crab legs, and I was the weird kid that always liked crab legs.
Mm.
They're good.
But I don't think there's one anymore.
Was it a thing where if you went in the evening, they would play the song Wild West by like Will Smith and people would dance to it? Like a routine?
I remember them doing it to Cotton Eye Joe.
What?
Okay.
I'm learning
Yeah.
so much about this.
I remember we
So-
went for like my birthday one year and I hate crab. I hate seafood. Don't know why we went. And they had
I love how it's on your birthday too, when in theory you should be the one choosing where you go.
Well, I knew, or like I remember it's my birthday because they asked like, "Is it anybody's birthday?" And then they made me dress up in a bee costume. Like the staff made me dress up in a bee costume and run around and like pretend to sting people.
Okay,
I don't know what fever dream
Yeah.
you're having, but
What? I'm gonna quote Tarzan for a minute. Are you sure this is sanitary?
Yeah, like
You should have folded me.
yeah. Oh my god.
Fuck.
I'm just remembering this now. It was really weird. I
Okay, so
I
you
don't
have
know.
repressed
Yeah.
memories you should talk to your therapist about.
Like, it would have
Yeah.
made more sense if they put you in a crab costume and it would have been less weird than it already was, but a bee?
Yeah, it was like they just had a bit of costumes or something. I don't know.
You were the only one there with a birthday?
No, there were other people with birthdays, but I think I was the only child there with a birthday, and thus could fit
Okay.
in the bee costume.
Okay.
They just had this bee costume for children's
I'm
birthday.
really
I
confused
think
right
I
now.
got an option, and I went with the bee. I don't know. I remember being like, "Huh, this is funny," and then halfway through being like, "Actually, this is deeply embarrassing," and really losing steam.
Yeah, I can't imagine being like just a normal person eating dinner that night, and then a child comes up and pretends to sting me.
Yeah, I don't think you go to a Joe's Crab Shack if you want a normal dinner.
Yeah.
You want a
thought we were
bucket
gonna
of crab
propose-
legs and some family trauma. That's what you get if you go to a Joe's Crab Shack. And a bib.
I am supposed to go later this week. We are driving to a Lebanese restaurant with a bunch of people from my theater company, so it's going to be a loud dinner because we're all theater people.
Yeah.
But- Okay,
Yeah.
so apparently the closest Joe's Crab Shack to us right now is Branson, Missouri, which is a ways away.
Oh.
Yeah,
So-
that's
The
a
Ozarks.
wee bit far.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, that's too far for mediocre.
Road trip canceled, Meg. Our road trip has been canceled.
Oh, disappointment.
She really wanted to wear that bee costume.
Yeah,
She
man.
did.
My day is
Wait.
ruined.
Wait, they have a crab restaurant in landlocked Missouri.
Yeah, as someone
Yeah.
from Missouri, wouldn't trust it.
Like at least like all the ones I went to in California were on a wharf.
Yep.
No,
Right.
I've been to,
I mean, there are lakes there, but
Those,
Yeah, but
those
you're not
famous
getting, like-
crab legs.
You're not getting like swordfish out of a lake. So
yeah, seafood in Missouri. I'm learning now that I'm in Alabama, closer to the Gulf. Seafood in Missouri is not great.
little sketch.
Yeah, a little sketch.
Oh.
I just had to Google where Missouri is because I was like, that. I don't think they're near the ocean. I'm sorry.
no, no.
They're not.
No.
I mean, Virginia has a coast, but it's not really known for their seafood. So
Missy, we
Yeah.
don't talk about Midwestern seafood. See,
Yeah, it's
I would like to
questionable.
try it.
oh, that comes.
I'm ready to play God. I want to try
No,
seafood.
see, you don't like seafood already, so first you need to try good seafood.
Okay,
That's
I will
right.
say
Basic.
as time has gone on, I will eat seafood now. Like now, I really love sushi. I'll count that as seafood because it is generally from the states. It's fish, and like salmon and stuff like that. I will eat. But at the time, as a kid, I absolutely hated seafood. Didn't want anything that came from the ocean. Don't know why we didn't get pizza. All kids love pizza. Yeah, but so I feel like I've had good seafood and I'm willing to try shit seafood now. I'm ready.
stuff you need to come to the Midwest for. Y'all need to come to Springfield so you can eat horseshoes with me. This
I
is
still-
that's
I've been here for 3 years and I still haven't had one.
Is that like
Big-
a bloomin' onion?
I know,
That
I know.
sounds like a
Everyone-
giant deep fried onion.
Everyone yells at me that I haven't had one.
okay. I know you're only half vaccinated, but I'm half tempted to come pick you up and take you.
We're almost there. We're
What
almost
is
there.
it?
Just wait.
Explain.
Yeah.
Horseshoe is 2 pieces of Texas toast, some kind of meat, fries, and cheese sauce. It's an open-faced sandwich.
Oh.
I would eat
Usually
that.
it's a
I would
hamburger
eat that.
patty over the bread, but you can get it with fried chicken breasts or tenderloins or buffalo chicken or bacon or
That's a lot.
I'm getting more on board as you list off the
I'm
different
not.
options.
My
I'm
stomach
not
is
big on
slowly
hamburgers.
turning in on itself a little.
it was I had a buffalo chicken horseshoe last week because my friend Don, who I haven't seen in a year, this is the theater producer I work with, and we hadn't seen each other in a year, which for us is like huge because we usually see each other like once a month minimum. So we went out for horseshoes because he was in Springfield, and he's like, I'm in Springfield, I got to get a horseshoe. And then he's like, oh my God, how do you all eat this? I'm like, we only eat it when visitors come to town, Don. That's the only time we
Yeah.
go out for horseshoes.
Yeah, I have to get one before I leave.
Yeah, no, we're going for horseshoes.
Yeah.
We'll
get
go to
there.
Darcy's. We'll go to
There you
Darcy's.
go. That works.
They're good.
Does everybody have like a regional food that's like the thing that
See, Missy knows what it's about.
she does seem very jazzed about the
That's
horseshoes.
great.
Well, Missouri, the regional restaurants, at least what I know of, like Lambert's, you got to go to Lambert's.
Mhm.
They throw the rolls at you.
What if you
Like
don't catch them?
aggressively?
What? What?
They'll throw another one, but you'll catch it.
You'll be ready this time.
Yeah.
The thing is,
If
though,
you
like
miss the
they're
first one,
hot,
you'll get the second. Oh,
so
God.
you gotta like catch it and then like it's hot.
And drop it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta go to Lambert's and you have to have Emo's Pizza. That's another.
I've
Emo's
had
Pizza?
Emo's Pizza, and my sister hated it. She's like,
Oh,
it's ketchup
no.
on a cracker. I'm like, I love Emo's
No,
Pizza.
it's
I'm
so
looking it
good.
up.
I love the sauce. The sauce is good. The salad
Loved
dressing sauce
it.
is good.
Loved it.
Oh, it's not emo as in like my
No, it's
Chemical
IMO.
Romance.
No, it's with the I.
I was like, oh my God, I have the shirt
I was
for
with
this
you,
already.
Megan. I was with you. I was like, how do we spell this? I was
And
like
then
heavy
Panera-
eyeliner, like
Panera is also like from St. Louis, but I think it's
Ooh.
elsewhere now, so
Yeah,
you can get it
We had
outside.
a
of Missouri.
Panera in
Yeah.
my town. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get Panera anywhere. That's
Yeah.
right, one right down the road from here.
In St. Louis, though, it's still called St. Louis Bread Co.
Yep.
oh nice.
That's cool.
There's some of them that are called that, like in airports too. I've seen it called St. Louis Bread Co. in airports.
Mhm.
It's weird.
Ooh, good.
Airports exist outside of
I feel like they
time and
do.
space.
California, like obviously has In-N-Out, and I feel like that's kind of our main thing, or like getting a burrito of some weird big burrito of some type. But
I'm always burritos.
where
are-
I live
love.
now, like scallops, like
Yeah.
the seafood.
Mhm.
They put them in
Yeah.
a pie, so it's like a scallop pie.
I need
like
that.
a savory meat pie.
Yeah, like savory pies, like handheld meat pies are really big here.
I like meat pies, so I'm in.
Yeah,
Tell me
I like
more.
meat
Yeah.
pies, but it'll be like a Tassie scallop pie. And that's like, I would
Oh.
say that's the regional thing here. I'm still not on board with scallops, so I haven't had it. But
I'm intrigued.
They have a weird texture.
yeah,
I'm not
I
a fan
think
of them
so.
either. I don't like their texture. And I mean,
Mm.
I'm not a picky eater. I don't like
I'm
them
a
though.
very picky eater, and I'm like, no, thank you.
Literally just like a human garbage can.
Yeah, same.
Just put food in front of me. I'll probably eat it unless it smells weird or it looks moldy.
My husband's so bad at throwing out food like on the expiration date, even like sometimes before the expiration date. And the other day he bought a new loaf of bread like before he came home, but we still had some bread left.
Yeah,
But the expiration date had already passed, but it was like a day.
yeah.
So I'm like,
It's
bread's
fine.
melted. So he got up to go make breakfast, and I'm like half asleep. I'm like 25% awake, and I rolled over and I said, "Don't throw away the bread."
That's a true marriage right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he throw away the bread?
No, but he said like, "Oh, I'm so glad you said that because otherwise I would."
Oh my god.
Because in his mind, he's just like, "Oh, we have new bread. We'll throw away the old bread."
Yeah.
Yeah.
My partner is the opposite. Here's a little ditty from like 2 weeks ago. My book club every 6 months goes away for a weekend, and we just like rent a house somewhere and dick
I
around.
love that.
Super fun. So we had our 6-monthly excursion like 2 weeks ago. And I had said to my partner, like, because I do all the grocery shopping, I was like, do you need anything specific? Or are you just gonna like make pizza or get a pizza and eat that over the weekend? He's like, I'm gonna make chili. So I get him all the stuff to make chili. He's making it on the Friday as I leave. I come back on the Sunday. The chili is still in the pot on the stove. He moves it to a container and puts it in the fridge. He eats the last bit of it, like a week later, like the Sunday next.
I feel mildly nauseous thinking about this.
I'm uncomfortable.
He has an iron stomach. It's
I'm
crazy.
uncomfortable.
I have
wow.
like I've worked in food. I mean, I'm a trained baker. Like I know food safety stuff. So I come home and see that, and I'm like basically throwing it away. And he's like, "No, I'll eat it."
Not my chili.
Yeah, he's good about not making like not having other people eat it. He's like, "Oh, of course I wouldn't serve this to somebody else. This is for me." And I'm like, "Yeah, because it would kill anybody else."
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God we have that level of awareness.
Yeah, but I was
Iron
just like,
stomach is on diaper duty, right?
I was like, dude, I would like that would kill me just to open the container because I have such a weak stomach. I can't
Yeah.
eat pork anymore because it just makes me sick. I don't know why.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I
So
also have
I will say I can't eat uncured pork. I can eat like bacon or ham or stuff. I went to a baby shower yesterday. They brought out a full ham, like a full baked ham as if it was
Oh
Christmas.
my god!
wow.
Yeah. It was great. I
Was
had
it the
3
greatest
servings
day of your
ham.
life?
Oh yeah. Well, at actual Christmas, I had been so sick that I couldn't eat anything, so I missed out on Christmas ham, which is like a travesty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got it again.
My
Yeah.
grandparents were Seventh Day. My grandfather has since passed, but they were Seventh Day Adventists, so they didn't eat ham or pork. So we couldn't ever have Christmas ham. And now that my grandfather has passed, my grandmother's still with us, but she's a vegetarian, so we still don't do Christmas ham. And I'm like, what do I have to do to get ham around here? It's like I'm like gonna have to like learn to make my own, I swear. But no, we had Christmas chili this year because my parents are like, I'm done. It's fine. It's Christmas chili.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Like I think it's fun when people don't do like a traditional Christmas dinner. My family doesn't do it, so I'm like,
My
I like
mom,
that.
though, this year for like actual Christmas, we had Christmas Eve chili because that used to be our big family day. But my mom made a sit down 2-course, 3-course dinner for Christmas on making prime rib, and we were all supposed to dress up because we missed dressing up. So this memo had gone to various people at various speeds. I'm pretty sure my brother just ironed his t-shirt, but that's where we were at.
It's still effort.
I was wearing, I bought the Her Universe Holdo dress. So I was in the full Admiral Holdo dress with the skirt.
Wow.
I was like, I'm wearing this sucker. My mom's like, why did you buy that? I'm like, because it's beautiful. Leave it alone. It's fine.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, you
we-
wear what you want to wear.
We used
Oh,
to
it's
always
okay.
have Christmas ham, but then my dad developed a meat allergy from
Oh goodness.
getting a tick bite.
Oh god, yeah. We're shit.
Oh, no.
Yep. Went 60 years of his life eating red meat fine, and then all of a sudden like can't eat it anymore because like severe allergy.
Oh my
Which
God.
has since he this is wild. He heard of a friend's daughter with the same type of meat allergy getting acupuncture to cure it. And so he got acupuncture, and they put like a needle in his ear, like somewhere in his ear. I wasn't there. For like 2 weeks. Like it had to stay in there for like 2 weeks. And then they remove it. And now he's kind of cured.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh my
Yay for
God.
Christmas hams!
And I'm like,
Ham's back on the
Christmas
menu.
ham? I love
Oh, stop it!
I love
Megan.
ham. I love all these Lord of the Rings references tonight.
I feel like it's appropriate considering where she lives. I feel like she's.
I feel like that, yeah.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to the set or the Hobbit place?
No, I've never been to New Zealand. Yeah, I would really
Oh,
like to
right.
go. We want to take a photo of my very tall husband next to the door.
Yeah.
I've only seen Lord of the Rings once, so if I've made more than one Lord of the Rings reference, I'm shocked.
It was excellent. It was an excellent one.
Yeah.
I know
watched
the meat is back on the menu, boys. Is one because that's like I know that, and I know that Viggo Mortensen broke his toe.
Those are both
And that's like those are the two key
That's
takeaways.
all you need to know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all
I
that
watched those
matters.
for the first time last year during like the quarantine lockdown. My friend and I started them at the same time and watched all three in a day, just texting each other at different points. And she has my list of reactions, which
Oh,
was
God.
literally at some points when Gandalf came back, I literally texted her, somehow Gandalf has returned, and knocked her out of commission for a good 5 minutes because she was laughing so hard.
That is
I
pretty
didn't get
funny.
I just had that little blinky, like the typing
yeah.
dot for about 5 minutes because she couldn't talk.
I'd like to rewatch them. Like I enjoyed them the first watch. It's one of those things where it's a big commitment.
That's a commitment. Yeah.
Did you
Like
watch
a
the
night out.
extended editions?
No, because I have ADHD and we don't have that kind of attention span.
I
watched.
might have.
What, Jason?
I was gonna say I watched the extended editions for the first time like last summer because I wanted to watch all the Hobbit movies because I hadn't seen those.
Oh, those are good.
And,
I like those better.
I had to break the last one, The Return of the King, into 2 days. It was just like it's like a 4.5 hour movie. It's ridiculous.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
the rest of them,
partner has
the rest of them I just did like one a night. But the last one, I'm like, I got to break this up. I can't. I got to take a break. I can't watch
They're
Little People
long
anymore. I've been watching
movies.
it for a week. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
Justin
good
has this
movies.
comedy album about how long Lord of the Rings is, or about Lord of the Rings. But I know for the ending, it's like my eyes have seen the glory of the return of the king. It took 13 hours, 13 fucking hours to finish the damn thing. And it's about like really having to pee. It's set to like glory, glory, hallelujah. I think it's like Lordy Lord, I need a loop break.
That was my thoughts for half of them.
Yeah.
This last
I
time
mean,
I saw Les Mis.
God, yes.
I don't think I could ever see them in theaters because I would have to pee at some point. I wouldn't want to miss anything because they're good movies. Like I remember really enjoying them. I just haven't watched them again.
The
Maybe that
Hobbits
can
are
be
not
my,
as
like,
good,
later
but
thing.
the Lord of the Rings movies are very good.
I loved the Hobbit movies. I saw those first and I loved those movies.
I did
really?
not love the Hobbit.
I will
movies.
die on this hill. I love those movies.
You are the only person I've ever heard those
there are
words
like,
from.
look,
You're
there are
lonely
3
on
of
that
us,
hill.
and we have a club. We meet on Tuesdays. But no, my thing with like movies, I don't always have a problem, like, because I can just like sneak out and use the bathroom, and whoever you're with will tell you what you missed. Live theater, do not drink before you go see Les Mis. The first act of that show is so friggin' long. I'm like, oh my God, Fontaine isn't dead yet, and I really have to pee because I've been at Budweiser in St. Louis before we went to the theater.
Does Les Mis not have an intermission?
How much
It
did you
does,
drink? Budweiser's like straight up shit water.
Because okay, you gotta understand.
Brutal.
We will not be getting sponsored
That's
by
my
Budweiser
culture,
anytime
Hannah.
soon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hannah.
Hey, I've been to St. Louis so many times. Like, I get it. It's
Let me
funny.
tell you, the Budweisers at the Budweiser Brewery are fairly cheap and easy to drink. So my sister and I, and also you get a free beer for going to Brewery Light. So my sister and I are having a couple beers after we had a beer at the hotel. And then we got to the theater and we're like, oh, champagne cocktails at Les Mis? Of course we'll have a cocktail called the Revolution. And we're drinking again. And then
We're back.
and we're drinking. Yeah. So there's a reason that we Ubered around St. Louis, and it's because we drank through most of St. Louis.
We drank through
Yeah.
St. Louis.
We do that in Chicago too. When we take the train in, we were like, let's get a snack. And 5 minutes later, we have a deep dish pizza and a pitcher of beer. And we're like, our idea of a snack is a little off.
Oh, I thought you said a picture of beer for a second, and I was like, "This is like a good compromise."
Just stare at it.
Yeah, but there is an intermission in Les Mis. Yeah,
There is, yes.
Okay.
Right,
But it was
not
not
It would
20
be,
minutes into it.
cruel to the actors and to the audience if there wasn't.
No, I when I had first saw Hamilton, I think I dehydrated myself, so I wouldn't have to use the bathroom during the first act. So, which I did the same thing for Endgame. I didn't drink for like an hour before I went into the movie, so I wouldn't have to pee during the middle of Endgame. And
That's what
I
I was
did that.
doing.
I did that for Endgame. Yeah, I
I
did.
did that for
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker, even though it wasn't as long. I was not missing anything because my friend Heather. I love Heather. Heather, I love you. But she went to the bathroom during the scene where they revealed Chewie was still alive and Rise of Skywalker. And so I had to explain that to her in a whisper under my breath. And I'm sitting next to my coworker's wife, who I'm trying really hard not to annoy. But I was in hysterics when Leia died, and I'm pretty sure she's like, Chris, is she okay? She's like, she's fine.
Yeah.
She has a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
Fine.
That happened to me when I saw Batman v Superman. I'd waited the whole movie for Wonder Woman, and I had to pee. So I'm like, they're just fighting some stupid monster. I'll be back. And then like I came back, and Wonder Woman was helping fight the monster. I'm like, ugh. So I missed Wonder Woman's entrance.
Yeah. My book club went to see a movie recently. They're like the group of people I hang out with the most. So yeah, we went to see a movie. I won't say which one because like what I'm about to say would be a big spoiler. But one of the women was like, "I have to go to the bathroom. Like, I'll be right back," kind of thing. I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, it seems like we're kind of in a lull. And then we were not in a lull, and the main character died. And I was like, how am I going to explain this to Jodie? I was like, Jodie's going to come back and I'm going to have to be like, she was murdered. And she never came back.
What the?
There's like, what was that?
Sorry,
Hannah?
I don't know. I gotta go find out. Give me a second. I think it was my
No
cat.
worries.
Yeah.
If she's not back in 5 minutes, we'll get a
Call the
welfare
police.
check on. But yeah, I was like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to explain this to this woman. And then as soon as the lights came up, I looked behind us and she was just sitting in the row behind us because she didn't want to step in front of everybody. So she was like, oh no,
okay.
I figured out what happened. But I was so like secondhand anxiety about like, how do I tell her?
Oh, no.
Man, when I walk into a movie theater, like first of all, I have to have a Pib because it's just like when
Like a Mr. Pibb?
yeah, like that is my movie theater drink. You can't really get it anywhere else.
Yeah.
And we get a big one, and me and my husband just share. Like, don't tell the staff, but that's what we do.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
between us.
Well, it's because we had a date night like a week ago, and I was trying to convince him to go to the theater with me because I'm like, we're partially vaccinated. There are all these movies I want to see. He's like, we could just stream them from our home and be safe. And I'm like, but movie theater and Mr. Pibb.
Was that the like country? Was like, okay, Mr.
And
Pibb.
he's like, I will go out and find Mr. Pibb for you, and we will stay home and be safe until we get. It's like, so he went. Well, he went online first, and he searched like the stores and their inventory. And then he comes back like hours later, and he's like, "I'm sorry, there is not Mr. Pibb anywhere in town."
He's been on like a journey to find it.
He's like, "Is Dr. Pepper okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's not the same, but okay."
I will.
Aw.
I don't like it, but I accept it.
Yeah, like
Well, you
Dr.
gotta
Pepper is
appreciate
my
the effort.
everyday drink. It's not my movie theater
Oh,
drink.
Yeah. Can I just say I love how you're like I have to have a Pibb as if you're on like a first name basis with Mr. Pibb. He's like, please, Mr. Pibb was my father. Just kidding.
I was gonna make another joke, but it's saved for after dark. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
Well, because it's not really called Mr. Pibb anymore. It's called Pibb
It's Pibb
Extra.
Extra.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, tell him you can get it on Amazon. Just have him next time. Just tell him to get it ordered on Amazon.
I don't know if I trust Amazon soda, Mr. Pibb.
Yeah, I think if he throws stuff out right when it expires, I wouldn't trust Amazon or
Right.
Mr. Pibb either.
Like 3-year-old Mr. Pibb and still got Mr. Pibb printed on the cans when it gets to the house.
Yeah, it's like the soda equivalent of carbon dating. You're like, how old is this? What is it called?
Yeah.
I had,
Well,
I had
next
a
week
friend one.
you go ahead, Jason.
No, I was gonna say I had a friend one time who tried to get all of the off-brand versions of Dr. Pepper. So like,
Doc
you go to
360.
like, yeah, you get like Dr. Speed or something, and so like I went into his apartment. He had all of them like displayed. Like some of them were crazy, but they're all in
Oh
these
my
brown
God.
cans, and they're all like some version of Dr. something. So,
Dr.
are at-
Pepper
so that's probably
used
what you
to
might get if you get Amazon Mr. Kid. Good.
Dr. Pepper used to have like a competition when the Spider-Man movies came out, like with Tobey Maguire. And my dad drank so much Dr. Pepper since back then. So he like sent in his cans or tabs or something and got a Spider-Man shirt.
If Spider-Man shirt he could have got at Target for like $20.
No, like I think it was
It
like
was special.
specific to this Dr. Pepper like competition like
Yeah.
entry thing.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't think that everyone got one. I think he like won it.
Yeah. He worked hard for that. For that Spider-Man
Guys,
shirt.
we are
Yeah,
at
he drank a
8
lot.
o'clock.
Oh, Rachel's gonna cut us off.
I'm not
Oh.
going to
like,
cut you
stop.
off. I'm just informing you that it is 8 o'clock, and I can tell because if you can't tell, it's dark in here now.
Oh, I
It's
thought
Like
it
you
was-
like
don't
I
have
thought
to
it was
go
like,
home, but you can't stay here.
Wait a minute, it follows the Force After Dark, because apparently we're doing that now.
There we
Oh,
go.
no.
I have a list.
I just start cussing. I'm like, fuck. As soon as the clock
I
ticks
mean,
over
they're
to 8.
They let me do that anyways.
Yes.
So if you guys aren't, you need to look at. There's a Twitter account that's Star Wars AO3 tags that are things that
Oh
people
my
have
God.
tagged their fan fiction. I keep
I
I
do
sending
love
them.
started
to-
following
Yeah.
it, and I've had the greatest time reading it.
I have just started sending them to Hannah. That my favorite was natural disasters, both human and artificial. And I'm like, is this the clones? Is this Anakin and Obi-Wan? Is
Oh,
this
no.
everybody?
Who could it be?
It's everyone.
What was the one? I retweeted one recently. It was so stupid. Oh, I looked at Din Djarin and I said, "Bitch, let's get you some emotional healing."
Oh my God, some of these are so good. I'm trying
Like
to
these
remember.
are real tags. Like if you look them up, they are on AO3.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite was Jin is the personification of the fight me emoji, and I'm like, oh my God, it's me, because I turn into the fight me emoji when I drink.
My God, that's great. Oh,
I think I'm
Jenny's
the
parking lot.
personification of like the opposite of that, where I'm like, I am here to make friends. and I
one
need to
of
be
my-
loved.
One of my personal
Please
favorites.
let me love you.
Author clearly needs Jesus. Canon is a sandbox, and I am Anakin Skywalker.
Wait, Canada
They're
is
so
a what?
good.
A sandbox.
Oh.
Oh my God, it's so good.
So is the next time we'll all be here May the 4th with our
I
special
will
guest?
not.
Probably will not because
If
Yeah.
you end
I'm
up
getting my
feeling better,
vaccine.
Emily, you're welcome to
very
have
fair,
my
Emily.
spot because I have rehearsal on May the 4th. So I'm sorry, but I won't be joining you.
Oh.
We're starting my pressure cooker rehearsals because it's like a 10-minute play festival. And they're like, yeah, you each get like 3 hours of rehearsal time. And I'm like, cool. This is stressful.
It'll
So,
be
yeah.
fun.
Okay.
But hey, the hair and makeup for my audition video paid off.
Congrats.
All right. There
Thank
you go.
you.
Jason, what time is our May the 4th stream? Do you know off the top of your head?
I believe
Or
it's at
It's
6 my time.
It's 7 Eastern.
7
So
Eastern?
6
Okay.
Rachel's time. And in
9 a.m.
Australia, I have no idea what time. But 9 a.m. Okay. Yeah, it's the same
9
time as
a.m.
this. The same time as
9 a.m.
Yeah.
on the 5th. Cool.
Oh.
Write that down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. I'm unemployed. I've got time. I'll be up.
I know. I got like 2 hours between work and the stream to watch the Clone Wars episodes because lunch isn't really like enough time after I like walk the dog and like make lunch and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like just getting out of it and probably like just be turning off Disney Plus when
Like still be
When I get
playing
on
in the
the stream.
background, but
yeah,
muted
like
with the
it's-
subtitles
the
on.
music from the credits will still be going on by the time I jump on. So.
You're like, as it's playing, you're like, yeah. And what did you guys think of reacting
They're like,
to
don't tell
immediately
me
what's
the end. I'm
happening?
still watching the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. Awesome. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
And we have a special guest, and it will be
We
great.
do.
Yes.
So this is to join us on our social medias. We do have a Facebook now. Nobody ever posts on it because I'm the only one that controls it, and I forget that we have it. So
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Wonderful.
I think that's. I don't know. Does anybody have any closing thoughts?
We have a T Public. I know that.
The Tea
We do have
Public.
it. I bought
Our-
the shirt from our T Public store, but it's dirty, so I wasn't able to wear it tonight. But I have the Twin Sons Followers of the Force shirt, and it looks real cute.
Our
Yeah.
Words Between Worlds episodes are now available to patrons, or the streams are now available to patrons. So you could
Yes.
pay $1 a month, right? Yes.
Mhm.
And
I am
watch us-
obviously not a patron.
yeah, you can pay $1 a month
You make
and
the
watch
show.
us.
You don't.
You can watch us all talk with our hands and hold reference books up to the screen to prove our point.
Yeah,
I told you it's there.
we had a lot
Yep.
of fun
Nope.
yesterday.
Come find. I was like, come find us on our socials. Come yell with us on May the 4th.
Yes.
It's gonna be wild.
Fun.
Woo.
Ooh.
So excited.
Mhm.
So
So for followers of the Force, thank you for joining us, and may the Force be with you
Jason
always.
just last
It's fine.
May the Force not yeet you like apparently it just yeeted Jason.
All right. Bye.
Bye.